people's house. Big Zeus is the people's house. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house. I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers. I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people. Yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game's strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bags. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's over.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in the Thunderdome.
Powers in the air. Big Zeus. Yeah. We knocking on the door. Big Zeus.
We wanna hear your soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke.
People, them players, yeah, y'all think this is a
Buenos
joke.
Dias.
Take it back and write the code.
1600 got your soul.
Put my portrait on the wall, they staring at me like I'm cold.
Greatest story ever told. I will never
ever fold.
Cooking and booking. How you all doing?
In the dark, make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine. No stains on my kicks and the rally outside.
Happy Monday.
And the gates is locked. This power never divides. Sitting for the
Cooking all weekend. Good morning,
and
Ange.
wanna fight 1600, do it all day.
All
Yeah.
night the people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap. Hey!
Fight for the keys, that's a fact. It's a rap. I'ma bring it back.
Good morning, ladies and
house.
gentlemen.
Powers in the air. Yeah, it's the people's house. We knocking on your door. It's the people's house. We wanna hear your soul. Big Zeus.
Let's go.
Big Zeus.
All right. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got all morning. W. Rick. W. Ange. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's Riz up the line. It really is.
It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up the racks. I'm like the Terminator.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw.
I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we
Good
made
morning,
it.
ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen.
supposed to happen when you reach your
So
famous.
far.
The algorithm turned me to a maniac.
Yeah. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they use my ex, that mean they left me.
Hey.
They don't get me.
All right, here's our favorite part.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Uh-oh, here they come.
Got a lot of
Here it goes, here it goes.
Call me the master with a new whip.
Here it goes.
I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's
Oh, that's a
house
lie.
in 4 days. That shit was radical.
Please, ma'am.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh,
It's like deja
they never
vu.
have anything nice. They never have anything nice to say about us, do they?
It's like
Have I gone
deja
off the
vu.
rails? Give me a break.
It's like deja vu.
All right, seriously. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we're gathered here. We have to do real work to try to save this country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons who are understandably hell-bent on destroying or trying to destroy this. Once upon a time, we were on the verge of being a great country, but now it's not even really possible because this country has been taken over by a wicked and corrupt, strong, evil, demonic force, and so the person that's going to be helping to make sure we get this country back on track is yours truly, myself, Big Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they say Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I am honest. I am the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. Seriously. That's the first H. The second H is because I am humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, because we all have to accept the fact that we're human beings and none of us are perfect. And so that shows that I have humility, because as I'm looking at what's happening right now, especially all over social media, I'm like, wow, these Trump voters are they're starting to wake up and realize Big Zeus has been right, just like Vice President Kamala Harris, just like all of you have been right. And they should be kissing our feet, kissing our boots. I mean, because without us, they wouldn't be in a situation where they at least have a choice, right? W Zeus, good morning, Takesha. Good morning, Gary. So that's the second H, is because I'm humble. I mean, I could do a number on them. I could do a number on them and say, you know what? I don't even want your apology, because look at where we're at. But you know what? I'm practicing being a little more humble, all right? But I got my eye on them. I got my eye on them because we know that some folks just switch sides because the money changes, all right? I don't want that. I want genuine repentance on this side, all right? Seriously, W Zeus. And then we get to the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which is arguably one of the most important H's of them all. It is truly, Castro. Castro, thank you. Because you know somebody's probably going to send a guest request later and accidentally a Galaxy, but you sent it right away. Thank you. But the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain, you guessed it, the most handsome. Somebody gots to be. All right. But I don't, no dating on TikTok, none of that stuff. So you can look, you can lust, you can lay down and burn, but you will not get a turn with Big Zeus. Sorry. Because I got other things to do. I don't need to be distracted. Now, over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone through a lot as a country. We've allowed Donald Trump to still drive this country straight off of a cliff, and some of us are still watching this from afar. And I'm not on the Trump train, by the way, so don't even think about it. I'm watching a lot of people on the Trump train just literally crash out. It's really the saddest thing, and I'll get into that in just a second. But before I do, I gotta always give a lot of people a heads up on this show. Are there any Trump voters out there? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Are there any Trump voters out there still? Who are the resident Trump voters that come to this show still? Who are they? Name them. CD. You know what he is, a disgusting, vile, and sick person. He's walking on eggshells, honestly. Because see, it's one thing to attack Big Zeus, but when you start going after some of our lovely friends, and you remember that nasty knucklehead, onion-eating, mayonnaise-drinking, tiny tank top Tim? I totally disposed of him. I've obliterated every single one of his accounts. Remember? Oh, someone wrote Taurus? Name him, Taurus. Demonic Taurus. Snuggie. Snuggie doesn't even have the ability to get on TikTok anymore. He has like 50,000 accounts, right? Wild Man. Oh my gosh. Wild Man. Wild Man. Please show yourself. Asler, yeah, name him. Lion Lou, yeah, look at him. Promise you, these folks are all going to be crying by the end of Trump's reign. They will be. They've only survived, they barely survived his first quarter. There's 4 quarters to a game, full game. And they've barely survived. They're crashing out. Charlie Kirk is no longer alive. Texas for Trump, all of them. DJ. Has anyone seen DJ? Look at that dame. Cosmo, look at him. Look at him. Where are they? Vegas girl, where are they? They're no longer. Because I promise you, these folks are suffering deep down inside. They haven't found Ladybug. Oh my gosh, yeah, they haven't found any lick of peace since they've ran across the kingdom. They've been struggling. They're in here right now. The Bears, Stacey. I don't even want to get on to Stacey because she's left. She's done with the debates because she knows that Big Zeus has been right. You know, it's amazing how Trump voters, they were always in here saying, Zeus, you don't debate policy. Zeus, show us the proof. Rick, you're this and you're that. But look at where they're at right now. They're literally defending Jeffrey Epstein. So I got to say this, and then I'm going to start talking about some of the things that were brought to my attention over the weekend. If you are a Trump voter, leave my live right now this morning, because I promise you, I'm taking no prisoners. I understand what's happening in ways you don't. And a lot of you might read, but you don't know how to comprehend. You might know how to hear, but you don't know how to listen. You know what I'm saying? You might can see things, but you don't understand what you're seeing. Something's wrong with you. So if you don't want me to hurt your feelings this morning, leave right now, because I'm going to make it extremely uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you I will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, so there's a couple things we're going to get into. One, we got to talk about what's happening in the White House with Donald Trump and his wife, Melania. I've meditated over this over the weekend. You know, I've spoken to wise counsel. And to the Trump voters out there that are sitting here getting upset, thinking this is about Iran having end weapons. Yeah, that's cool and all. But I want to say it in a way a lot of the so-called brothers and sisters out there that are worshiping Donald J. Trump understand. See, somebody told Donald Trump, WVIP, there you go. Let me ask the audience, how many of you think Donald Trump and the United States are winning this war? Does anyone think that Donald Trump is winning the war? If you do think Donald Trump is winning the war, I got to say this. All right, because he's lost it. He's truly lost this thing. So you gotta go back in time and understand how we got to where we're at, right? So it's the blatant racism, and I'll talk about that because what I saw Wildman do this weekend, that's something I'm not gonna let not get discussed. But see, he's trying so hard to be Obama, and this thing is backfiring in ways he just never thought it could. So we all saw Melania last week out of nowhere. You know what I was doing? I was literally doing one of the most important things I could be doing in my life, right? Tending to the most important affairs in the kingdom. And then, boop, you get an alert live press conference coming from the White House. And I'm sitting there watching this thing, and I'm like, oh, okay. I wonder what lie Donald Trump is going to tell us next, right? We were all there. And then boom, boom, boom. You see her walking out in those heels with that suit on that she has, serious look in her face. And I'm saying, well, I wonder what Melania is going to talk about. She gets to the podium, right? W Dolphin, there we go. She gets to the podium and no warnings, immediately gets into the Epstein stuff. And I'm sitting there going, whoa, lady, take your time now. You got to ease us into this stuff. Like, none of us are ready to get back onto the Epstein stuff right away. You got to tell us, like, this is what. But no, she literally went AWOL. She literally went AWOL on her husband, right? I said, wow. That is something I have never seen a first lady do. And a lot of us who've been in relationships, once your woman leaves like that and she starts just basically putting the smoke signal in the air, that's doom. That's doom. That's the relationships. Now, I don't even know what to say. We all knew the relationship was just kind of a business arrangement, but now we're at the point where the war is in the White House too. Think about this, MAGA. Think about this. Donald Trump has to fight not just the radical, quote, left, because that was the initial, enemy, but he is now fighting his supporters, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owen, Megyn Kelly, the list goes on, and his wife and Iran. The man's clearly done. And this is indicative of everything that I've been telling you Trump supporters will ultimately happen. This is why I say he's a liar, he's a loser, and hell and destruction. And you're literally watching it unfold on the president of the United States of America. So to all of you out there, and this is not the end. This is not the end. Yeah. This is not the end, right? And this is all because of his situation that he's been exposed to be a part of with who? Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein, he's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of everybody involved. We are literally watching Donald Trump exposed to everybody out here who's the real truth people who are about truth, and who are a bunch of liars, hypocrites, demonic people. And we're seeing it happen in real time, ladies and gentlemen. As much as I wanted Vice President Kamala Harris to actually win, I'm watching this and I'm going, yeah, what Donald Trump is doing, we're getting them out of here in this country. So that's a huge W for the Democrats, because you can try to bring up Barack Obama, it ain't gonna work. You can try to bring up Hillary Clinton, it ain't gonna work. You can even try to bring Jesus and the Pope into it. It's not gonna work. There's only one person on this planet right now that everybody knows is the worst human being possible. There's not one thing in the good book that a lot of you so-called Christians follow. You say you follow it. There's not one commandment this man hasn't broken. Name one commandment Donald Trump has not broken. You can't. And a lot of you hate when I say this, but I've been accurately calling this man a demon from day one, haven't I? Haven't I been calling him and his supporters a bunch of demons? Now everybody wants to use the word demon. Y'all got mad at Don Lemon for going inside of that church and exposing all you demons in the huddle? Shame on you. Shame on you. And so now the question is, why would any Trump supporter stick with Donald Trump knowing that his own wife won't do it? Huh? Think about that. Why would you, Taurus, want to be any closer to him than his own wife? Marsha, Doozy. And I get on the conservative women especially because what I understand about a lot of them, they are the type of individuals, these are the type of women out there that they understand they don't like it when a man talks over them. They don't like it when a man even puts hands on them, right? They understand very clearly what the difference is between right and wrong, like we all do, and rightfully so. But what they don't do is they don't check it when it needs to be checked, which is why they need somebody like me or even other people, especially on the left, that will accurately, unapologetically call out bad and disgusting behavior. And I have to say it like this because a lot of the conservative women, every single time I talk to them, we get into it and then they say, well, Zeus, something happened to me when I was, and I'm like, well, I'm really sorry that happened to you. I really am. But for you to get up here and deny other women an opportunity to at least be able to hold perpetrators like the ones that you had to experience accountable because for some strange reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe you're mad you weren't able to sue them and get any money. Is it jealousy? When they talk about E.G. and Carol, are you just mad at her because she was able to sue Donald Trump? Money isn't everything. Even if she's suing Donald Trump and gets a little bit of money, that doesn't bring her peace. Money doesn't bring you peace. What really should be bringing you peace is being able to do the right thing and call right, wrong, wrong. But a lot of you conservative women, y'all want to sit here and excuse bad behavior. And so the lesson that I'm trying to expose, or the lesson I am trying to help a lot of you conservative women understand is there is a direct link between you supporting Donald Trump and the behavior you have, you're experiencing in a relationship with your significant other. Because I understand how men think. I am a man, quiet and a handsome one. But I'm saying it like this. Subconsciously, the man you are with is watching you clap for Donald Trump, knowing that both of y'all in the relationship know he's in the Epstein files. All he's doing is listening to you for an excuse. Oh, what did she say is the reason it's okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, the women can't be trusted. Women lie and make up stuff, right? So, okay, good. So that means if I do what Donald Trump does, she's going to give me the same pass she gave Donald Trump. You see the difference? And see, I understand this. That's why I don't let them say, oh, okay, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. No, you're not. You're just as disgusted as all of us are that Donald Trump is all over those files. All right. And Epstein, the situation around that, whether he's alive or not, hasn't been fully resolved. He's lying about it. And see, you don't like it when we get on you about it. But I'm going to continue to get on you about it because I know maybe there's someone out there that is listening to this show, listening to the people that get up here and talk about this, that's paying attention, and they might say, all right, I'm done. I'm done with the lies. Because everything we're doing on social media right now is being recorded. And a lot of you might think there's going to be a point where you can just hit the emergency button, and then the parachute pops out at the back, and then you'll be able to go, okay, I'm done supporting Donald Trump. All right, I changed my ways. It's not going to be it's not going to be that easy. You're really deep into this stuff. Your children are watching you, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your community. They're all watching you make excuse after excuse for a man that you know is a liar and a loser. Think about this. Right now, the country is sitting in a very nasty situation. He's about to send your children to go fight in a war in another country. You know what it's like to go to another country, number one, but then just know that you might end up losing your life in another country because there's somebody in the White House that's covering up all their crimes. And you call yourselves Christians? What has gotten into you folks? Now, I mean, and the last thing I'm going to say is, I don't want any smoke with Iran because Iran is not playing this game that, oh, well, let's see who can be the most presidential. Let's go and have a meeting and talk and see if we can come to an agreement. No, Iran is trying to shut it down. They're saying, look, we will shut anything you got going down in America. Okay, MAGA, we're going to shut it down. You want to come over here? You want to drop all that stuff over here? Great. We're going to shut it down. We're going to have a real serious conversation. And it's gotten so sick. It's gotten so serious. Melania Trump is now coming out saying, help, help. This man is crazy. He attacks the Pope. This man is attacking the Pope. I mean, we all know the thing about the Catholic Church, but is Donald J. Trump the one person we should get behind when it comes to challenging character and morals? Is Donald Trump the person we should be getting behind? Absolutely not. The man's house is on fire. And I see these folks out here still supporting Donald Trump, trying to bash the Democrats. What have the Democrats done to you? What has Obama really done to you? What has Joe Biden and Kamala Harris really done to a lot of you so-called Americans to get you all to reveal to us all how sick and evil you are? Yeah. And then I want to get on to the wild man. Yeah, they're about to blockade. Yeah, the blockade. And you see what's happening to the oil prices. These folks literally lie in your face. I hate high gas prices, and this is why we got to get rid of Joe Biden. Then we get gas prices under Donald Trump, and guess what they do? They disappeared. They disappeared. Remember, DJ used to come in here, Zeus, it's only going to be temporary. Dame, oh, if Americans start losing their life, I'm done supporting him. But they don't come back in here when it's time to be men and honor their words. See, broad is the way. It leads down to the path of destruction. And a lot of y'all are headed there. This TikTok thing, it's fun. Don't get it twisted. It's fun. It's nice to have some good dialogue, but how far are you willing to take it? That's the question, MAGA. How far are you willing to take this? And don't get up here and try to pretend and lie to us like we're not paying attention to all the lies, all the misinformation, and all the evil you're doing in this country. It's really sick. Now I'm going to get on the wild man. Wild Man 69. This is a white guy in South Carolina that me and my friend Nutty, we visited a MAGA demon space over the weekend. And they don't want us to talk about racism in America. So this is their problem. They haven't gotten over Barack Obama being the president of the United States, showing them that, yes, it is possible in America for people of color to outperform white people. And not be caught up in scandal after scandal. Oh, look at that! Look at that! No, look at they wanna take the live down. They wanna take the live down. Look at that! Y'all get yeah. See, I knew it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. TikTok, all right, fair enough. TikTok, fair enough. All right, I don't know what it was. I haven't even hit play on anything. Right, I'm just literally drilling deep into MAGA, and that's a huge W, Zeus. Okay, so, but what I want to say to Wild Man is this. You can never stop any of us in the country from talking about anything. Do you understand that? We have a right to speak about anything we want to talk about as long as we're not committing a crime. And what I'm getting sick and tired of is you white folks out there, not all, but y'all love to show us how racist you can be. Maybe you don't do it on my show, but let's not pretend like I can't go on to social media and watch video after video, seeing y'all out there using the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Being very disgusting towards women. Like, we see this, and you want us to sit back and go, oh, why do you keep, because they go to this Morgan Freeman clip. Why do you keep talking about racism, Zeus? All you gotta do is stop talking about it and we could get along. That's what you want, huh? You want me to make you feel comfortable being a disgusting human being. I'll never do that. See, he brought up somebody in South Carolina. It was a brother. It was a brother in South Carolina. He brought on, and he said, look, Zeus, this guy, tell Zeus, I'm not racist. He's telling another black man in South Carolina this. And I looked at it and I could just see the pain in the brother's eyes. Because I'm like, I'm not going to put a brother like that in this situation. But and then he goes, and he's married to a white woman, Zeus. Oh, okay. So you think that I'm going to turn around and look at that and go, oh, okay, you're right. Wow, man. He's not a racist at all. You're not a racist at all. You're doing a good thing for black people. After you just said some of the most disgusting things, he heard a police siren and he said, they're going to that black neighborhood. And I said, that's racist. Oh, no, that's not racist. Well, so the assumption is in America, and I'm just going to dispel it. What do they say? 13% of the population is black people. 52% of the crime is what? White folks? I mean, black people. That's what I'm sorry. So they say 13% of the population is black people, and then 52% of all the crime tends to be from black folk. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, so we're going to ignore how the United States of America was founded, right? So you just went and enslaved a bunch of people. You stole the land from the Native Americans and the indigenous people, and those crimes never got reported. Donald Trump's sitting in the White House right now, just committing crimes out the wazoo, and his entire cabinet, they're committing crimes and none of it's getting reported. All right. And when Donald Trump leans into his racist statements, disparaging Barack Obama about his birth certificate, you don't say anything like, oh, how come Trump stopped talking about Obama's birth certificate? When Obama wore that tan suit, you didn't say anything about that. All right. He's labeling immigrants and Mexicans just very disgusting things. And you never say Trump stopped talking about racism, but you have no problem coming and saying it to Big Zeus. And this is why shows like this are very, very important, because as long as I'm capable of doing it, I'm not going to let any of you racist white people convince me that what I'm dealing with here in the United States isn't really happening. Just like I'm not going to let you convince me that paying more for gas at the gas station is actually a good thing. You're not going to be able to convince me. You keep that silly philosophy to yourselves. All right? And that's a huge W, Zeus. And so as we continue to watch Donald Trump destroy the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. As much as I interact with these folks on the right, I'm only doing it because, I'm a very patient person. Yeah. Some people want the quick tap out, right? They want the quick tap out. But I don't think the quick tap out is really going to make a lot of folks really change and find and truly repent. I want to see every single one of these liars give it up. That's what I want to see. And I know it ain't going to be easy, but I know as the pressure keeps getting put on them, right? You see what's happening with these high gas prices. You see record bankruptcies. You see record foreclosures, early withdrawals from people's 401ks. The next generation won't be able to buy a house. Now they're sending their children to go unalive in another foreign country. Yeah, too much pressure is going to make the pipe burst. I want them to literally give up the ghost. And if you go out, you take your last breath on the face of the earth being a fool, so be it. So be it. Because you didn't learn. You showed me you don't have the ability to learn. You let somebody who lied to us about C-19, you saw how many Americans lost their life. He created Operation Warp Speed, went and got the so-called, and came out and lied to you and told you don't need to get it. Huh? Literally a walking contradiction. He told you we already won this war over 37 times, but yet we're still over there. He told you he was going to lower your grocery prices, but yet it's going the exact opposite way. How foolish can you really be? And when we ask you, honestly, what do you feel about it? You lack the ability to even speak on how you feel. You just immediately go to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. So you don't even have a soul. You don't even have a soul to be able to tell us truly, how does it feel being lied to? You would rather go and waste my time. You'd rather get in my box and play these little silly games. You know what really is the most sick thing? You'll bring a guy up here like Popcorn, and he thinks this is a game. Tiny Tank Top Tim, you bring him up, DJ. They think this is a game because that's what they got to do when they don't got any answers. They don't have the ability to actually speak from the heart, speak from the soul. The soul's gone. And we're literally watching, and that's a huge W, Zeus. Yeah, I could do this all day to you Trump voters. So, I guess the lesson here is this. Melania's leaving Trump, all right? And she's already left him, but she's sending the smoke. She's put the smoke signal up to the entire world. This guy is not a good person. And I'm starting to really create a lot of space. I'm done with him. She's telling the world that. You can try to, is it Amanda Ungaro? Is it the Paolo Zamponi? Whatever his name is. It could be tied to all of that. But this is a woman who's actually seen Donald Trump's dirty draws. She knows. She knows. And this is where we're at in the country. And then you got Iran, like I said, literally humiliating the United States of America. There's not a weapon the United States can create that they can use and that will go over there and fix the problem. There's no weapon. The only thing that's going to fix it is the truth. W. Zeus. It's glitching. Yeah, Melania wants to save herself. All right, so what do I want to do? In light of that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a nice little video, and I'm going to play it because I like it when they make the Lego videos. And I want especially Blagga, because Blagga, I understand a lot of y'all listen to this rap music, all right? And you should be able to decipher what's being really said, because this is a company that's working directly with the Iranian government, all right? They're getting contracts to put these Legos videos together. And I know Donald Trump and his administration is too much for them. They don't even understand what's being said. But hopefully these videos are waking up all of you Blagga Trump voters out there so y'all can understand who's really in control. And it's not Donald Trump.
Keep that same energy. You ain't nothing but a fraud. Yo, call him what he is. Liar! Yeah. Hey, loser, come closer. I'm the exposer. Fake billionaire, your whole empire opposer. You step down. Another liar takes the crown. The whole system is a circus. You're just a clown. You drop fake news, sitting high in your tower. Morally bankrupt, just drunk on the power. You're fired. Played your last trump card. No more aces, boy, you're discarded. Look in the mirror. Tell me what you see. Big ego crushed. Fake reality. We covered in stone. We spell it in the fire. Ready for the truth. Call him the liar. Labor of blood on your pride. Island Epstein secrets you hide. All your crimes buried deep inside. Rotten systems, you're gonna slide. L-I-A-R. Yeah. Broadway shows, Illuminati, Fox blood and the perjury. You lie, but the mission is Epstein Fury. Yeah, round fool, yeah, the records are proof. Now we expose it all. This is hateful truth. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Big ego crushed, fake reality. We carve it in stone, we spell it in the fire. Ready for the truth, call him the liar. Labor of blood on your pride, all your crimes buried deep inside. Rotten systems, you're gonna slide, hide, hide. L-I-A-R. Yeah, we see you. L-I-A-R. We don't believe you. L-I-A-R. 13%, that's a failing grade. The world is watching, 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 watching. Liar!
So there you had that, ladies and gentlemen, right there. That's a huge W. So, you know, for the rappers out there, there was a part in there. You should go back and look at it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Let's see. There it goes. Let me see. Here it goes. There it goes right here. Let's see right here. So many of us who've listened to rap music, we know what this means. Tupac did talk about it. Quote, but this is from a Tupac interview. I can only read it so much. Ends, you know what I mean when I say ends, was telling me about this Illuminati stuff while I was in jail. That's another way to keep your self-esteem down. That's another way to keep you unconfident. And I'm putting the K in it because I'm eliminating that Illuminati stuff. So this is what Tupac was saying. So and then you got, you know, Pac's blood and the perjury. So they're sending subliminal messages in these videos. You can go back and look at it. They got Michael Jackson in here, MJ to Diana. And what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen, is references to the secret society. And Donald Trump knows rightfully so what this is truly about. You know, and I think that, you know, when he says, look in the mirror, tell me what you see, that's a follow-up to Man in the Mirror, all right? That's a huge W. So to the blagger species out there, I want you to really understand what you're doing right now, because the Iranians, they've done their homework on your daddy, and it's really sad. Yeah, you saw him in the car with the little girl, the little Epstein doll and stuff like that. Yeah, this stuff has been going on all our lives pretty much, and you really have to sit back and say, I choose to be. This is what I'm thinking of, especially when I'm talking to blagger. You are making a conscious choice. You're making a conscious choice to be ignorant. Do you understand what that makes you? When you are choosing to be ignorant, do you understand what you're choosing to be? I mean, seriously. And I gotta say this, forgive me. There can't be that many snow bunnies in the world. W Zeus. You can't be doing this for snow bunnies. I mean, seriously? Y'all just take it too far. All right, and I guess we're gonna let Tucker Carlson explain what I was trying to say to blagger. When you're choosing to be ignorant, but he's not gonna say it to black people. He's gonna say it to Donald Trump. But it's the same concept.
Well, I haven't fallen out with him. I mean, I've known him for decades. I've always liked him. And I think anyone who spent time with him likes him. I feel sorry for him, as I do for all slaves. He is not free.
Yeah, he's talking about Trump.
Moment at all to do what he thinks is best for himself or his country.
What do you mean?
No, he's not free. And we learned that yesterday when Donald Trump announced a ceasefire, clearly with relief, and made its terms or most of its terms public. And then that ceasefire ended within 2 hours because Israel intentionally violated the terms by attacking not just southern Lebanon, but the city of Beirut.
So
and
are you
murdering
saying he's a slave
civilians in
to Benjamin Netanyahu?
I don't think it's as simple as he's under the control of Netanyahu. But, you could summarize it that way and you wouldn't be totally inaccurate.
You hear that? So, yeah, you know what it is. When you're not, and this is why I do this on my show, and I haven't done it in a while. You've never seen a blagger person that's blagger do this. But I've done this. I said, look at that. And you see what happens when I do that? My hand goes right through. You know why it goes right through? No strings attached. I, unlike you, am not a hand puppet. I'm not a hand puppet. You can sit up, you know what I'm saying? I get on TikTok, I do my thing, and then I'm out of here. I go on about my morning, all right? W's to the chat. Thank you. Yeah. What else did I wanted to highlight, at least, ladies and gentlemen? Oh yeah. Let's. Donald Trump did a little bit of a press conference yesterday, and I just want to get to the part that just really. I think this is about the Pope.
Have to see, but ships are heading up to our country right now, empty, and they're going to go back, filled up with oil.
Right.
Okay?
Why did you attack Pope Leo on Truth Social?
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He hit us. Think of it. He's worried about fear. What about the fear when the ministers and the priests and all of those great people that were arrested during COVID, and in many cases they're outside 10 feet apart, and they were arrested. So we don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
Yeah. You see this? Just totally disrespectful. He's not a fan, but like I've said, Donald Trump has been committing the most crimes in the entire world. He literally blew up a school full of girls. He's literally stealing. He's stealing every day, filling his coffers up with our money. No accountability. 40 women have accused this demon. 40 women have accused this one person. I saw what happened with Eric Swalwell. You know what? It's the right thing. Go ahead, drop on out, champ. Get that thing whatever's going on, we don't need that to be an issue right now. You know, as much as I know that it's politically motivated, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. But Donald Trump, honestly, for you supporters to sit here and continue to excuse this, and then one of the most egregious things, he actually put a photo up of himself portraying himself as Jesus, the white Jesus. All right, now when I saw this, I instantly said to myself, well, first of all, Jesus wasn't white. Like, whenever I see photos like that, I don't even buy into it. But for the sake of where we're at, okay, fine. He's portraying himself as Jesus Christ of the Bible. Isn't this amazing? And they get mad at me. Zeus, you send people to hell on your show. You think that's really... What power do I have? Honestly, besides just basically showing you where you're going to ultimately end up if you do not get out of this nasty predicament you found yourself in. You are an emotionally, spiritually manipulated individual. Do you understand this, MAGA? You need somebody like me to make it that clear. I cut through all the little beating around the bush stuff and I just go straight to it. Boom. You right there that is still supporting Donald Trump, knowing he's Epstein's friend. Whether you have more information or not, it's irrelevant. You have enough information now to make this decision. You've seen him go to court and lose multiple times around SA. You have heard what this man has said about his own daughter. You heard these things. Don't Don't try to spin it. Just let it sit there for a second, right? Just let it sit there. You've watched him be very rude to women reporters. You know he's cheated on all of his wives. You know he's been documented to have lied over 30,000 times. You knew he lied during C-19. You know these things. But your brain somehow has told you, ignore it. Right? If that's what you're doing right now when it comes to Donald Trump, because you hate Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and the Democrats so much, right? Then I'm speaking directly to you. You that is doing that are going to hell. And I have no problem telling you that, all right? That's a huge WZ. You are. Because here's the thing. Somebody has to go to hell. Somebody has to go to hell. Think about this. Somebody has to. Otherwise, this is all just one big joke. All right. So who should go? Should it be the people who do evil things or the people who do good things? Right. And it's clear if you read the people who do bad things got to go. So if you're facilitating evil, guess what? You have a first class trip to that place that you are you say you're scared of, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like you can't wait to get there. And you know what? You're doing all the preparatory work right now here on Earth. You're just getting ready. You're pretty much packing your bags. Hey, I'm getting ready to take a long, hot vacation with Donald Trump. And we all see it. So don't try to convince us that it's anything other than that. Now, you know you've lost it. This is what someone wrote. You know that you've lost it when Temu Charlie Kirk gets on to you. All right. And so I'm not even going to, but many of you, you know who this guy is. This is somebody who tried to fill Charlie Kirk's position. And now he's going, how did Donald Trump post this photo of himself as Jesus? Bear with me for a second. All right, bear with me. All right, bear with me. There you go. Here you go.
Posted this, and I've got to admit I'm pretty frustrated. Faith is not a prop, and we shouldn't laugh at it being used as one. There's innocent humor, and then there's this. You don't need to portray yourself as a savior when your record should speak for itself. Comparing yourself, even jokingly, to Jesus, it undermines the very value that many of us hold dear. This hands easy ammunition to critics. Instead of dominating the news cycle tonight on substance, it shifts focus to something completely avoidable. The same God who saved Trump's life when he was centimeters away from death in that field in Butler. The same God who opened doors nobody saw possible for him to be president not once but twice is the same God who sent his son Jesus to die on the cross, not for memes, but for our sins. He died for Trump just as much as he died for you and I. And there's not enough tweets, executive orders, peace treaties that can get us to heaven. It's faith in Jesus Christ alone.
So that's Brylan, little Charlie Kirk wannabe, coming out, trying his best to distance himself from Donald Trump. Brylan, listen up, champ. You're no better than Trump. You can try to get on social media and get some engagement, trying to make it look like you have a spine to call out your daddy. But here's the thing. You put that demon in the White House, and these lies about what happened in Butler, I'm going to shut that down too. We all know it was staged. We all know that was staged. God didn't save him. What about the man that actually lost his life? You mean to tell me God didn't want him? He wanted Trump? See, this is the stuff you all got going on in your brains. It is so amazing how all of y'all continue to convince yourselves that the only person the God in the Bible really cares about is Donald Trump. Everybody else got to go. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. I haven't done it all morning, but I got to sense a lot of you Trump voters, honestly, where you truly, truly belong. You all deserve to go exactly to be with your father, the devil. All right, because he's made your beds for you there. He's truly has. And I hear he has a spot where there's like bunk beds. Think about it. There's bunk beds for you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these Trump voters who continue to worship Donald Trump and call themselves Christians. Join me in sending them straight to hell. They want to report me, but I don't care. I don't care.
silence.
Yeah.
You MAGA Damon.
All right. And that's a huge W Zeus. The other thing that I think we do need to get on the record, how have they started in terms I know that they're supposedly blockading the blockade, but just know my opinion about that is it's another example of how Donald Trump is being outmaneuvered. I honestly want to see if Donald Trump is going to actually intercept and interdict any ship that goes through, because one thing we do know is that China is actually they're actually supplying Iran with a lot of equipment. So now Donald Trump is basically saying that he's going to start intercepting maybe Russian and Chinese vessels on the high seas. Again, this is what happens when you follow a fool. All right, W Zeus. All right, that concludes my monologue. Let's go ahead and open up the boxes and check in with all of you before we get up out of here. It's a pleasure to check in with you. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. W Terry, yeah. You know the rules. Keep it clean as much as you can. I understand if we got to have some spots because, mom, dad are listening. And we want to keep it as friendly as I can. And the funny part is I've already been reported like 3 times. I mean, is it bad, MAGA? Am I really a person that scares you and intimidates you to the point where you can't even actually have a serious conversation? Is it that bad over here? Oh, but leave it to Zeus. They'll say, Zeus, he promotes misinformation all day long on his show. This is what they tell me. He promotes misinformation on his show all day long. Point out one place where I have. Point out one spot where I point out one thing that I've said that's been wrong. Promise you they can't. They'll send me a guest request and it'll be just them up here playing games. This isn't a place to play games. A lot of people are losing their lives right now. A lot of people are barely making it. A lot of people truly put their faith and trust into Donald Trump and his administration. And they've been woken up. And they've woken up and they've said, oh my goodness. That's why I say, really, they should be in here kissing our feet, kissing our boots. Poetivity. Good morning, Poetivity. How are you doing?
Morning. Good morning. I'm doing okay. Just a second. I've got to turn off my economics book.
There's some noise. Did I disconnect?
Okay.
Oh, I thought I disconnected.
There. I'm sorry about that. I had my audiobook running in the background.
No, it's fine. How are you been?
I'm upset. The reason I'm upset is because we Democrats are making me mad. Yeah, that's a new.
Speak on it. This is an open platform. I talk about anything, honestly.
Yeah. Well, how did Al Franken's political career end?
He was well, you know what I mean. He was told to step down, right?
Right. For
Because
a
of a
silly
photo.
picture, a silly picture that he did before he was ever in Congress. But Al Franken was one of the smartest. I mean, he's got a quick wit. He was on Saturday Night Live, so he was a comedian, and so he was taken down by an accusation from his past, and we just took him out. Like, we were just like, get rid of him. He's like, but he was a brilliant questioner of witnesses. And so Steve Bannon didn't like him, and Donald Trump needed him to be gone because he was going to be committing all kinds of corruption, and he didn't need somebody good at questioning.
Right.
So he was leveled false accusations and removed.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Cuomo, during the pandemic, held a daily news conference when Trump was trying to lie to us about what was actually going on in New York. And we all checked in with him when the pandemic started to see what was really going on and to hear the numbers, and everybody started looking at Andrew Cuomo as a possible really good presidential candidate. So he got leveled false accusations against him. And, he was removed as governor of New York, which pretty much the accusations alone just ended his political rise. Nobody will have anything to do with him anymore. And so we took him out by ourselves, Democrats, as we always do. And those accusations ended up being false and dropped in court also. Joe Biden, they tried to take him down with Tara Reid, making her level false accusations, which we found out were paid for. And then she ended up moving to Russia to get away from like the people who were holding her accountable for lying.
So are you ultimately saying there's a problem in the Democrat Party as it relates to basically sabotaging our own selves, in the name of trying to claim the moral authority position, right?
Well, what Putin does to his political opponents is he levels allegations like this at them and pulls up pictures or whatever from when they were dating. And it doesn't have to be true. They just have to have pictures of him kissing somebody he probably shouldn't be kissing. But these were adult women that Eric Swalwell was dating. And, they went out drinking together, and they ended up in a hotel room together.
What would you, I guess, because, I'm trying to get as much out of you as I can, what exactly would you like to see?
I would like to see us focus on all the investigations and all of the investigators focusing on the Epstein files and Trump's involvement in them.
Thank you.
Those were children. And those were non-consensual adults. They were, this was a pattern over 15 years of being Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. He had Thanksgiving in 2017 with Jeffrey Epstein. And this Eric Swalwell controversy is taking the focus away from holding Donald Trump's feet to the fire on the Epstein things and Steve Bannon's feet to the fire on the Epstein things. He's in the Epstein file too. 39 members of Trump's panel or cabinet are in the Epstein files, and many of the people can be connected back even when they don't seem to be, such as Erica Kirk. They all come back to the Epstein files and having some connection to that, because then he's got dirt on them. He can manipulate them, get money from them. And we have these people running our country and starting a war to avoid the accountability for the Epstein files. I want to see us not change our focus. I want to see us hold his feet to the fire and get that investigation done. Yeah. I don't want to see us dropping our own good people, our own strong running people, when they have some kind of cloudy accusations, just so that the right can manipulate our politics using fake allegations.
You know what I think? And this is a tough situation, right? Do we want a Republican governor in California or not? I think that's the question we all have to dig deep in ourselves and ask. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily even think it's really about party. I think it's really about the right person, right? From what I understand with the Eric Swalwell thing, let me ask you this. Do you think he has been as transparent about this situation as, because, if you're going to be going for the highest position in the state of California, we got that's a fire. And then obviously we got the fire going on in DC too. And what we don't want is the two fires to end up merging and then we have a massive fire, right? So,
what I want, Zeus, about it, just gonna cut quick. Sorry.
No. I mean, we got to have conversations, tough conversations, and I'm good at having tough conversations. So,
yeah. What I want is I want us to focus on Trump and Epstein. And the thing is that I think all men are done with their dicks. I mean,
what does that mean?
That means that men shouldn't be in leadership because they very often make dumb decisions with their dicks. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know what it's like to have a dick. But I know that for all
maybe we got to
women-
use something a little more cleaner, though. Maybe could you say something? What else you got in there besides that word? What else you got? Something a little
okay.
more appropriate
Well,
for the
they allow their smaller minds to
Okay.
lead them.
Okay, I can live
Okay.
with
Yeah, and so they
Okay, cool. You guys listen to the chat.
The chat's
Listen,
giving us all there's so many words I could use besides what I'm using. But
some have pickles. I'm just pointing that out, and I can understand that.
yeah, okay. So I mean, I need somebody that can't be led by a pickle.
Well, let me ask you this, because I used to be the love guru. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's lust. What do you think about lust? Because to be honest with you, I agree with you, right? I don't like people who are being led by the pickle. But I think that people need to stop. Never mind. I'm gonna just let you say it because I understand human behavior a little bit. As much as I don't want someone to do something, they end up finding some of the strangest opportunities to do it. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. But yeah, if you're weak in that area, then you're going to be susceptible to being, manipulated and making bad decisions. Maybe not even. That's why I say, don't even take a swig of that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, the thing is, Zeus, I kind of believe that men wouldn't commit to marriage at all if they could live that way. Like if they didn't have to pay bills for all the babies they'd be creating, they'd all be out creating a lot of babies with a lot of different. The pickles like to explore caves, let's just say, and they like to explore as many caves as they possibly can, and they want to see all the boobs, not just the one pair they're,
Well,
in the house.
what you've done is you've opened up a door on the show. I'll be curious to hear what other people might have to say about some of the things that you've said. But you know what? I just want, honestly, Poetivity, I just want folks to do their job. You know what I mean? I just need somebody to get in there.
Well, that's why we have to vote for women, Zeus.
Yeah, we're totally supportive of that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that doesn't. And I'd like to see more women, more woman representation, women of color representation at that in these positions. And I just hope that folks get into these positions and it doesn't start turning into, now what can I do for myself? Because to me, that's where this ultimate, and even if you want to bring in the pickle situation, that's all about somebody trying to take care of a little urge they got for themselves. It's when do we get to a place where we get qualified people to just get in there and literally try to fulfill as many of their campaign promises as possible? I'm not expecting 100%, but if you're at least trying, then that makes me feel like you are at least, trying to be a good person.
I think that's why Eric Swalwell's dating record. How do we know that he wasn't set up to date these women? And I mean, they had video cameras on in the hotel room, recording him. Like who does that? Nobody does that.
Everybody has
So-
a cell phone now, so come on now. We all know.
Well,
how
I
this works.
know,
You get a little loaded and you get a little happy, and people start pulling out their phone. Oh my gosh, do this, do that, and then you just end up having it, and then you wake up going, "Did I really do that?" And so, what I say this, Poetivity, and then I'm going to try to maybe we'll get somebody else up here to help open this up a little bit, but you gotta be careful, and when you're going for a position like this, you gotta have some sort of way of helping the people that are going to vote for you understand this. Other than that, if you can't do that, then it will come across as irresponsible, maybe unethical, maybe even criminal in some cases, right? And so that's something anybody that's choosing to be a leader and going into a public position, especially a high profile one, you need to start understanding what you're doing now is ultimately going to be something that will be reviewed later on if you choose to make decisions to go in that direction. That's what I can say about it. But if he's innocent, then he's innocent. If he's not, then guess what?
Well, the thing is that he's already dropped out of the California governor's race. And somebody, I was like, who do you like for California? Somebody who lives in California. And they said, well, I like Eric Swalwell. And I said, well, why not Katie Porter? and they said, well, because she was caught on camera being rude to her staff. So they already have that on Katie Porter, and we don't know what happened there. Like, we don't know if Katie Porter, having a limited amount of time in her day because she's such a busy and active woman getting stuff done, if she had tried to videotape that same message to her voters so many times, and that staffer kept walking into the video. So
you're saying you might need more context behind it. Interesting.
Yeah, we might need more context. And then the fact is that they have that already on Katie Porter, which they needed something on Katie Porter. You know, Steve Bannon's brilliant at this kind of manipulation. And so then they come out and they've got this on Swalwell. So he drops out of the race. Now they already know Katie Porter is, compromised, and there's nobody else that's really up for the position, right? So it's like they're driving us to who they want us to choose, and I don't like that. I don't like being driven and corralled into who I'm going to vote for by the Republican radicals.
Fair enough. Well, then you know what, Poetivity? I'm going to hold you to it. I need, maybe you can help point us to who the right person is in all of this chaos that's going on. And my concern is, if we're just sticking to party, do we want a Republican governor in California at this point in time? And that's the tough part. And then the crazy thing about it is, we could end up in a situation where we have somebody worse than Eric Swalwell. You just never know. And they're on the Republican ticket, right? And then we're back to fighting like we are. So,
Zeus, I believe that we know who to vote for based on who Fox News attacks the most.
Good point.
I mean, Fox News comes out, they attack, this person, like they hate AOC.
Yeah.
They absolutely hate that woman. They hate Jasmine Crockett. Like, we know who to vote for. We know who to promote by who Fox News is most scared of.
That's a good point.
And they hate Eric Swalwell. They also hate Katie Porter.
There you go.
So I'm just saying that Trump vowed his revenge tour. And Eric Swalwell is on his list of people he needs revenge against.
And I will give you that. Very good.
They tried to press charges. They've tried to press charges. They've tried to use the courts. The courts have cast it out. But these accusations, they don't need a courtroom.
Fair enough. All right, Poetivity. All right. Well, listen, thank you for bringing that up on the show, because it is something that we do need to address. As much as I bash Donald Trump and his supporters, whenever we have an opportunity to at least, touch on issues like this, I think it's good. Shows that we're just not all in a cult blindly voting for someone. You know what I'm saying? And so let's see what others have to say. All right. And as always, you have a wonderful morning. All right.
Yeah. And everybody pay Zeus. He's doing the good work.
You got to be a cheerful person, though, all right? We got to make sure people just don't feel like, I'm giving you my, no. If you can, you can. Support the panelists and things like that. It does mean a lot, but seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you, Poetivity.
All right. Thank you, Zeus. And you guys, let's protect our own for a change.
Fair enough. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. You see, quiet as it is kept, I am designed, honestly, I'm built strong enough to handle a lot of different types of conversations. I'm the guru of tough conversations. And so as long as people are expressing how they think and feel and they're being respectful, it is what it is. I mean, we all know what goes on in these streets. It's not a safe spot every time you go out there. No one's sterile. You gotta be ambidextrous up here, so to speak. All right. And still not lose who you really are in the middle of these conversations. All right, let's bring up the crowd favorite, Takesha. You got to be at work in 10 minutes, Shay. Oh, well, how does that want to go? Takesha, can I bring Shay up and then you come back?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that. See, I can look at that. I'm ambidextrous upstairs. You see how I did that? W's in the chat for Takesha.
Hey, thanks.
I can do it like that. Yeah,
Buddy, what's up?
Hi, how are you, Shay?
Oh, hi, I'm good, my friend. Yeah, I'm having to be in the office, sadly, this morning.
Okay.
But that's okay. But real quick, Poet, there's a lot of things I sort of agree with her on that, but there's a lot that I don't. First of all, Eric Swalwell is a married man. So he shouldn't be, I don't care where the cameras are, his ass shouldn't be anywhere near another woman in any regard in that way. And you're going to sit here and talk about the Epstein files and we got to hold Trump accountable. Well, I'm sorry. We got to stick by women no matter what. So if he's out there cheating on his wife, which he's done several times, right? He's got a bad history of this, right? And we can sit here and say we're fighting for women and the dirty scoundrels in the e-files. Well, then if Eric Swalwell is getting drunk with women, a married man, I'm sorry, we don't need him that badly. And we have to stick to our morals at some point too. Like we can't sit here and go, look at them. They preach morality and they're immoral. Take them down. When we have guys on our side, and I'm sorry, Poet, I'm married to an amazing man that wanted to be married, and he's faithful and he's good and he's a family man. So there are really good men out there that aren't just running around with their pickles, right? And having everything determine their lives with their pickles, right? So please stop putting men just in that category. It's not true. Are there men like that? Yes, including Eric Swalwell, obviously, right? And I agree with you on the Al Franken thing. That was ridiculous, right? And it's Chris Panama. He's no
come back to the light, Shay. Come back to the light. Come back to the light, Shay. Come on back. You're fading away. Come on now. Listen, while Shay's getting her signal strict together.
Oh, am I? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh wait, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm out by the airport.
Somebody said, don't brag on men, Shay.
Really?
Shay, don't brag on men. Yeah, go for it.
Hey, I got a good man, and there are good men. I'm sorry, there are. There are good men. Can we not beat up on men? Like, come on.
Oh, my God.
Like, let's be real. If Katie Porter wants the job, then Katie Porter needs to get it done. Period, end of story. Right? Like, I think that California is going to show up and vote Democrat. I really do. Right?
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
we don't have to settle. Right? We don't have to settle because we think the guy's going to beat the girl. Like, come on, who's playing the political game here, Poetivity? Like, let's be real clear. The Democrats will show up when they want to show up, but the Democrats also don't show up because they get their feelings hurt. Like we've got to stick by what's right, right? Are we voting on policy or not? You know, like, what is going on here? Like, let's not. I see
it.
Parts of that I agree with her, but
I'll be honest, Shay, and I can say this because I'm of the male species. When I initially saw the reports, my mind instantly went to the whole Al Franken thing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, look at the time, and this is that."
I agree.
But then more and more information came out, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, "Wow, this is not good.
Yeah, it's
this
not
is
good.
not. This is not good.
No, it's not.
And so as much as I wanted to believe it was just it was a limited attack, and it had nothing really of value. But then you see the videos coming out, and then you see the video he put out, and I'm like, one thing he didn't do is he didn't study Donald Trump and learn how to control the narrative. He didn't do that very well. So you know what that means on the Shark Tank show. I'm out. That's how I took it. You don't have a good way of explaining any of this. And to your point, he's a married man out here getting caught in 4K. That alone.
Yeah.
That alone. We're done, bro. We're done,
yeah,
bro.
Maybe you need to take a time out. Yeah, take a time out, work with your family, do what you need to do and get your stuff straight, and then maybe you can come back. But that doesn't, I think it's the right thing. He has
to. It would need to look as though what he was doing, everybody was fine with it. And he's not coming there like, I'm a dog. That's me.
Yeah.
I get down like that. And then he would make it a situation where people would just have to choose whether or not they want to support him. But that's not what I'm getting from him. And you know what? As much as I want to
Yeah,
make it
me
about,
either.
as much, you know, we're not going to let go of the Epstein stuff at all. Actually,
No, not
the
at all.
Epstein stuff is actually kind of, in a way, I think, could be making it more of an issue.
Yeah,
It
I
could be
think
in a way.
you're right. Yeah.
You know, if we didn't have the Epstein stuff and it was just the Al Franken thing, then I think that it would be kind of like, you know what, let's hear this out a little bit more. We want to get to the bottom of it. But when you got the Epstein thing going on right now, I think people's tolerance is like already maxed out when it comes to stuff like this, and it's just
Yeah.
it's not acceptable for a governor to be doing stuff like that.
No, it's not. We can't. I mean, I get it. We want to win the race, right? I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can't sit there and say we're going to keep talking about the e-file and then say that. I mean, the more details you get, listen, I get it. When the first accusations came out that, oh man, you know, they're dirtying him up,
Yeah.
typical politics. But no, it seems like these accusations are pretty dang true. And we've got to believe the woman, right? Right? At some point. And we know he admitted he had an affair. So, like, he's not innocent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, listen, Bill Clinton was a great president, but he ruined his own legacy, right?
Yeah.
By being stupid, right? That's a guy who couldn't control his pickle.
Being led with the pickle. You know how
By
that.
being led with the pickle.
Yeah.
And damaged his own stuff. So I you know, that's Bill Clinton. That's what he ruined it for his wife too,
Mhm.
who I think would have been an excellent president.
Yeah.
But his scandal broke her down too. People weren't willing to stay with a woman that stayed with a man that cheated on her.
You
know?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that, you know, this is what we're having to deal with right now, but better late than never.
I mean, what do you think? What's your feeling? Do you think California will still turn out and vote blue? I mean, after Prop 50 and everything? Even with Eric Swalwell out? Or what's your reading of the tea leaves?
I do think California will turn out to vote blue. But I also think that the way politics work, we could end up with a Republican governor.
Yeah, who's Javier Becerra? I don't know this guy. I haven't heard of him. So there's obviously someone else that's a good.
Yeah, see,
decent choice there.
and again, if I start tipping my hat in terms of how I feel, I get a little apprehensive.
Okay,
but
I gotcha.
you know, because this is
He's 74.
yeah, this is it's a very tricky situation, but it needs to thin out fast, and we need to know who's really going to be at the top of the ticket in the Democrat Party ASAP, I think, and if we want to really be taken seriously. But
he was in Biden's Homeland Security. Okay, I didn't know that. I know. That's why women should just rule the world, and we don't have to worry about the pickle ruling men. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy choice.
Fair enough, Shay.
One way to solve this.
Fair enough. I can't argue against that. I can't argue against that. All right.
I don't know, guys. This is interesting stuff. Been watching the right just implode, and I was in the live Boom Shakalaka's live, and Dame was so upset because he saw me in the comments laughing.
Oh, really?
He got very upset. Yeah, because he's like, see, we have these Democrats in here, and they're listening to us, you know, and they're going to make videos, and they're going to make fun of us, and he was all in his feelings about us in there listening to them just falling apart and going at each other.
Wow.
And Boom Shakalaka, they're calling him a Democrat. And then they're calling all kinds of ones Democrat. We know Boom's not a Democrat. But he's got common sense. He's got a little brain in his head. At least it's coming out.
There you go.
And but Dame was all about, you know, look, you know, it's like, Dame, you got to realize we were right all this time.
Yeah.
And that's what you're not willing to admit, that we've been telling you who this man is for 10 years. And y'all are finally seeing it, and you don't know what to do about it. You know, it's so funny watching this.
Well,
oh no, Taurus, you're going to see it too. Trust.
Oh yeah.
Eventually.
Is that our friend Taurus? Is that the other?
I don't know.
I think that's the other Taurus. That's not the other. Taurus.
It's the other Taurus. Okay,
yeah,
good.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah. But anyway, all right, man. Thanks for having me up, and I appreciate you.
It made your Saturday.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you too. Have a great rest of your morning.
Will do. You too.
W's in the chat for Shane. No lies. What was I going to do? What was I going to do? Hold on real quick. Okay, hold on. I was going to try this. Can I do this? Does that work better? Does that work better, ladies and gentlemen? Can we try this? You like this better? Or do I go back to the other one? Which one? You like this one better? You like seeing all of my features? That's what you call it, a Rizzler. I know, and you could. I could already. I could already hear Nutty. You hear Nutty? You ever heard the Tasmanian Devil screaming and stuff like that? I could literally hear Nutty right now, getting super insecure and jealous. W July. Hey Nutty. Sorry, bro. It's one of me. It's only 0 of you. I'm up. You're not. All right. Who do we got next? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Takesha, look at that.
Now you just too cute. Okay.
Talk to him.
Okay, Mr. Close Up.
Talk to him. Yeah.
Okay, you're looking real cute.
Mm-hmm. Tell him.
Zeus.
Yeah. How you doing?
Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth had that assembly for the military and they were doing all that talking on the stage? And Donald Trump kept saying that basically people are signing up for the military. They have so many apps and, basically, Zoo, they had a waiting list. It was so many people trying to join the military. Why we got to have a draft? An automatic draft. If you got so many people running over to join the military, Zeus.
That's a good question.
Why you need an automatic draft, Zeus, if you got people, you got a whole wait list? Why you need people to why you got to do an automatic draft?
Why?
Because that's a lie. That's why, Zeus. It was a lie. Everything he says is a lie. You did not tell y'all that he trying to push Jesus out his seat and sit down. Do you not understand what he doing with that picture?
You saw that photo?
Trump thinks he's God.
Think about that, Takesha. I was thinking about you when he did that, and I have folks that are actually they call themselves Christians, and they go to these churches, and their pastors actually promote Donald Trump too. Did you know that? And I shared the photo of him doing that. I sent the exact link from Donald Trump's Truth Social page, and you know what they did?
What is this?
LOL. That was it.
Zeus, they probably gonna get a T-shirt and put it on there. They're gonna put the second Adam. That's what they're gonna start calling Trump, because what he's doing is blaspheming the Holy Spirit, and he's making a mockery out of God. And that's in the Bible. You don't do that.
Don't do that. There you go, Takesha.
That's how you know you don't know him.
Yeah. Don't do that.
That's how you know when a person don't know God, is when they put theyself as him. This is ridiculous, Zeus.
Yeah.
And for that podcaster that said God opened the door for Donald Trump to get in, no, he didn't. MAGA kicked that door open. God didn't allow that door to come open. Zeus,
she's not lying.
MAGA was out there with their combat boots, kicking that door to make sure he got in.
Yeah.
God ain't did that.
No, God. Isn't it amazing how they always bring God into some of the most wicked stuff? Because when he said that, I'm sitting there going, didn't one of the supporters lose their life at that Butler incident?
Yes.
So what was God's beef with that supporter?
It was a setup, Zoo, and we ain't even finna. I ain't even finna play with Donald Trump.
W Takesha. And make sure y'all hit that Cash App. She won't say it, but I'm gonna say it because it's a great. I need to make her a song. Hit that Cash App. Right?
Man, you so crazy.
No. But this is serious. We are literally, as far as I'm concerned, we're in a very nasty predicament, and Melania gave us the smoke signal. What do you think about Melania going
I'm not
AWOL?
even to play with. I'm not even to play with her. You got to see pictures and video. That is not me. It is false claim.
Yeah.
I did not know Epstein, nor did I know Ghislaine.
Of course.
Even though I sent an email and I ended it, love you,
Yeah.
that was not me.
Oh, okay.
That was somebody
You were
else.
hacked.
I am getting ahead of this because something is about to come out, and I need to make sure that you all think that I am a good person.
W Takesha, and that It sounded just like her. Let me ask you though, because I used to be the love guru, right? And it entered that territory when she came out, and they say Trump didn't even know. Would you happen to have any experience in your life going AWOL on your man or anything like that? What does that mean when a woman goes AWOL on her man? Because
That
that's
woman
what.
ain't want.
Huh?
That woman ain't wanted that man since he came down there Golden Escalade. We could tell from the beginning that was a marriage of convenience and a marriage of money. There's never been a marriage of love. She gave him one time. She gave him some so that he could get barren, so she could be having money for the rest of her life. One night.
Yeah.
He ain't touched her since, Zeus. That's why he was out there with everybody else. So now, so she ready to throw him to the wolves and move on with her instructor, whoever she with.
Yeah.
Because it ain't for him.
Got it. Now, did you see him in that fight this weekend?
He looked like he been in a fight, Zeus.
What about the guy that he was touching? Did you see all that, Paulo? What do you think about that?
I can't with these people, Zeus. All I know is Victor Orban lost, and it seems that everybody Trump endorses loses. They haven't caught on yet.
Amen. Let that be
They
a
have
lesson.
not caught on that if Donald Trump endorse you, you guaranteed to lose your race. And Republicans need to understand that he is a ship that has sailed,
Yeah.
and they need to get on board another
Amen.
one because this one ain't helping them.
Amen.
And let me say this, Zeus.
Yeah.
Eric Swalwell.
Uh-oh.
When they said we going to have some drinks, he should have said, I'm going home. When they pulled up in front of the hotel, he should have had an Uber out there waiting to take him home to his wife. Every man does not cheat, and every man is not led by their middle man. Because you got some men that actually want to be with one woman. Every man's mind is not led by their middle man. So we can't categorize all men in that category. You got some men that walk around with it out like they've been on Viagra all day. And then you got some men that zip it, button it up, put scotch tape over it and everything so it won't come out. Because they saving it for the one woman they really
That's a lot.
are with.
Why they got to do all that though? Keisha, be like, seriously, you said
Because they don't want the
Ziploc it,
woman to
butter
think,
tape it,
they don't want the
aluminum
woman to
foil?
even, they don't even want the woman to see the print so they'll know it ain't available. That's why they doing all that, Zeus. But Eric Swalwell was wrong. He had no business going to get drunk with no women. You go home and you get drunk with your wife. If you don't put yourself in a situation, you will not be in a situation. You gotta. So that was something Eric wanted to do. Eric got caught up in what Eric wanted to do, and now Eric got to pay the
He was led
consequences
by the flesh.
for what Eric did.
Yeah. He was led by the flesh. You know what they say?
His flesh led him like a cane to a blind man. Like a dog to a blind man.
Wow.
He was led and he was bed. And I know right now he wish he was dead because he done messed up, baby. Because if I was his wife, the only thing I'd turn is my back on him in bed every night.
Ooh, really? He's done.
Because he wouldn't get nothing else from me.
Wow.
It wasn't enough for you, and it ain't enough for you now. You wouldn't get none. My legs would be like the straight of humane. Closed.
You gonna blockade? You ain't gonna let none of them takers go in and out of that?
I ain't even finna.
See,
You know
you're
what's
not playing fair,
embarrassing?
Takesha. You're not
You know
playing
what's
fair. You know what that
embarrassing,
do?
Zeus?
That gonna make the prices go up when you do that. Come on now,
Let me
Takesha.
tell you something, Zeus.
You gonna-
And I'll be treating it like a toad. Every time he think he wants some, he'll have to pay, Zeus. He'll have to pay, and he'll have to have a box of condoms right next to the bed.
Oh,
Because you ain't
Lord.
finna even touch me raw.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I can't say anything about it, you know what I'm saying? I can't because you know what? You make your bed, you gotta lay in
Dude,
it. But if you're gonna put a toll on it,
every time he tap my shoulder, I pull out the calculator. How much you got?
Wow.
But let me say this and then I'm gonna go.
That's
Zeus.
crazy.
This is Zeus for say this and then I'm gonna go. You gotta know you ain't got common sense. I wanna know what game of chess this is. Open the effing straight. I'm gonna put a blockade to keep it closed. What kind of game of chess that is, Zeus?
You know, I haven't heard from his DJ. You know, it's like He disappeared.
Did y'all check the bridges?
He's the only person, Takesha, that could answer that question. That's the
Did
only
y'all
reason
check the bridges?
Really?
Did y'all check any bridges? Because DJ probably standing on one waiting to jump off right now. That's probably where he at. Check the
Takesha.
bridge of this town.
I mean, and Takesha, to be honest, I am actually starting to get that concerned about him. I am.
Because he have been gone for real. We do need to try to get in touch with somebody that may know him. We don't want him to be sick or or something that hurt him for real, though.
Yeah.
Because it's been a minute, Zeus. It really have. I wonder, do we know anybody that actually personally know him? Where we can get a check and make sure he's okay. And then once we find out he's okay, we can start back talking about it.
Look at Jim and Q-Dog said, no, we don't. They fine with him.
Jim and Q-Dog, cut it out.
Thank you. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Don't y'all want to at least get the confirmation first?
Q-Dog, you'll get up here like you, Minister Al Green, and talking all that Jesus stuff. And now you don't even want to make sure the man okay before we keep talking about it. Cut it out.
It goes back to the point. Listen, we Democrats, we gotta stop playing both sides at the same time. We gotta be the good people, or we gotta be the bad people. We can't be good and bad.
Right, Zeus. It's okay to check to make sure somebody okay, and then after they not, then we crack on them.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be talking about the man and something wrong.
Facts, because we're not like that. We're not like
that. Now cut it out.
Thank you, Takesha. Thank you for bringing that.
Jim and Q-Dog gets out of control.
But seriously, he's disappeared.
Yeah, he gone for real, Zeus.
And I'm trying to pinpoint the moment he did it, and I think it may have been when that tweet about the effing open the effing straight up.
Yeah,
I think
that's when he disappeared. Yeah, I'm really honestly, I wonder where he is for real, because he has not been nowhere near the show.
And I'm cracking up because all the things he used to say. My 401k, Zeus, is doing great.
Well, Zeus, my 401k is doing good.
The gas,
well,
it's only temporary.
Zeus, what's the context behind that, Zeus?
Oh, it's only
well, he may be in the file, Zeus, but did he say he did anything, Zeus? Just because you're in the file don't mean you did anything, Zeus.
Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that's what he was talking like. And now he's no longer around.
Now he gone.
Yeah, and again, I didn't block him, but this is what I want to see out of MAGA. I don't want to hear them just get up here and bump their gums and say random stuff. No, I want them to really feel the weight of the decisions they've been making. And it seems like this is what he's dealing with, because he got to have, if Donald Trump is having problems at the House, he is.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
A lot of them are having problems right at home. Yeah,
it's true.
Iran is doing a number on you Trump voters. Y'all don't even understand.
Yeah, when I tell you them videos so hard, Zeus, I've been over here dancing and praying my way out of it. I said, I can't keep dancing on these videos. I got to get myself together. But they so true, and they give us so much information that I like them. I like when they come out every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you on it.
But I'm going to get out your box. Q-Dog said, bring me up.
All right.
He done put it 45 times. He done put in there 40 days and 40 nights.
So he's tearing. He's tearing. He's tearing in the
yeah,
kingdom.
Bring him on up after them 40 days and 40 nights. All right, love y'all.
Love y'all. Love you too. All right, W's in the chat for Ange. I mean, not Ange, Takesha. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna have a gangster party up here in a second. All right. Let me go ahead. I said your name, so I might as well go ahead and do it. Good morning, Ange.
Probably because I was in the queue.
Yeah.
You knew it. I won't take much time because I know Q-Dog's trying to get up here, and I don't have a lot of time.
What's that in the
Oh my
background?
God! Hold on.
I heard something. What does that sound like? Ice skating? It sounds like somebody's at an ice skating rink or something, ready to bust a few moves or something like that. If you are, go ahead and turn the camera on.
No.
Were you at an ice skating ring or something?
I was listening to Evergreen. That's a really good song, in case you didn't know.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah.
And I didn't realize. Okay, my bad. It was clean music. Anyway, I just wanted to speak on Swalwell real quick. I'm somebody that actually really liked him for years and years and years. So when I heard about all of this scandal and whatnot, excuse me, I kind of didn't want to believe it. Kind of felt like a Trump supporter almost, because I was like, no, that he just couldn't, because I like him so much. But I started looking into it myself, and to backtrack just a second, I am the mom to 3 boys.
Correct.
So as a mom to 3 boys, this is something you worry about. You think, maybe one of them someday could be wrongfully accused. But I am a girl's girl, and even if those women came forward against my own son, they need to be listened to. They need to be listened to. They need to be heard. Just like Joe Biden said about Tara Reid when she was making her accusations, he said, well, she needs to be listened to. She needs to come out, and we need to hear what she has to say. And he didn't do that. He started with cease and desist orders and it was just in self-defense.
Yeah.
He didn't do a Joe Biden where he said, let's hear these women out. He didn't do that. It was like, I didn't do it, And I want to tell everybody, it's literally only a 6-second clip of Eric Swalwell is on a young lady, and you can see that there's another man on that bed as well. As I look at the background stuff, you could see his feet sitting there. He was holding a cell phone. And the way Eric Swalwell grabbed her, he kind of grabbed her almost by the neck, and he cranked her head towards him and pulled her in very aggressively. And ladies, if you know, you know. I saw the body language of him, of her. You don't even need to hear one more thing. Look up that video, and if you weren't believing him, which I was at that point, you will believe after that. It was disgusting. It really, really grossed me out.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, go look.
I saw it, Ange, and what was interesting is initially I was told that it was AI, right? And so I'm sitting there going, okay, this is crazy, right? Because why is it only 6 seconds long? That's how most AI videos they tend to be very short. But then it started to come out, and then when I'm like, okay, so this isn't AI, this is real. And the way that, to your point, the way that he was just sitting on that bed, they were casually doing it. I'm like, I would never personally do anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Look at her face. Look at her face. It says everything right on her face. And again, ladies, you know, if you see that clip, he was far too aggressive. He needs to go. I'm sorry, California. I'm sorry to you guys. Now you have a big decision to make. Not with him, because he's out, and he needed to be out after that. But that's really all I wanted to say, and I have to keep going.
We got to do our due diligence.
Rushing.
We got to do our due diligence.
Well, yeah.
I think the whole. What do you think? It was the whole Al Franken thing, right?
Yeah.
That still traumatizes a lot of Democrats, right? Because they felt like he basically was forced out, and I do acknowledge, like what Poetivity was saying with Biden, we do have to address this issue in the party where it's like we're just so hell bent on forcing people to get out, and so that's something too. But yeah, in this particular
I
case,
agree with that.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with that thought process as well. But momentarily, as I was speaking to a friend about this, I found myself almost defending Eric Swalwell initially, because I really liked him for years. And I said, no, you've got to look into this. Right now, you sound like a Trump supporter following blindly just because you liked the man. And I'm never going to do that. We would be Trump supporters if we did not do our due diligence, look into it, and say, no, he needs to go. We would be no better than them. I mean, they don't care. They literally don't care. We do. No matter how much I like the guy, no.
Yeah, and we have better moral standards when it comes to MAGA, and so that's a caution. If you ever find yourself behaving like a Trump supporter, hit the emergency button, and then your parachute will come out. All right, because you don't want to go down that path.
100%. That's all I had to say, because I got to get going to. Apparently, Q Dog wants to come up.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Q Dog up. All right.
Thanks.
All right. You too. All right, then. All right. Moving it up. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? Who do we have next?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? You saying there's no forgiveness for DJ? Is that what you wanted? Or what else did you have?
That part, but I wanted to address Takesha. Takesha, you don't even like that guy. In the words of Martin, when he's talking to Gina, talking about Shanae, you don't even like that guy. And my thing is, do thy duty, that is best. Leave unto the Lord the rest. Because when, as much as we talk to DJ on a day-to-day basis, that's just like kicking a unalive horse in the head. He's not gonna get up and gallop. He's not. He keeps saying you keep feeding the same information into DJ, and it's just like bouncing up against his head and just falling to the wayside. There's only so much you can do. Some people, they got to learn the hard way. Like my grandmother used to say, a hard head makes a soft behind.
There you go.
So if he's wherever he's at, let God deal with him. Because him, Tiny Tank Top Tim, we ain't heard from him in a while.
Oh, he's been banished from the kingdom.
Yeah.
He has a lot of
See, when you do the wrong thing too many times, you gone. Ain't no coming back. And it's just like the Lord. You keep going back and forth and not doing as the word tells you. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the preacher's box today, Takesha. I love you. But when you do it way too many times, you keep saying, oh, forgive me, Lord, forgive me. And then go back the next day and do the same thing. Over and over. It's only going to be so many times that God's going to say, you know what? You ain't serious. You're not trying to change. You don't want to change. So I'm going to put you where you want to be at. And that's right down there in the depths of hell. That's where you really want to be at. If you really want to change and really want to be a good person, you got to bring yourself to me and say, you know, Lord, take over.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Come into my life and take over. Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to listen to another demon and another demon and another demon, and it's going to be a revolving door.
Yeah.
So there's not too much that we can do for DJ and Angus and all these little minions in here. See, the devil always plant demons in the midst of what's going to happen, what's good going to happen.
Yeah.
See, y'all should have had the thought process a long time ago when God sat everybody behind down at home and thought about, and I'm talking about C19.
Yeah.
When he had you actually sit down and just reflect on yourself. You always ask, what would you do if you knew the date, the time, and the minute that you are no longer going to be on this earth? Could you handle it? There's certain things that God will not put on you that you cannot bear. That's why he says, bring it to me. I'll handle it. But he put it in front of you. Okay. Now you seeing people drop like flies.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to be a person of God, and they all wanted to be forgiven for their sins. Everybody loved everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody became clean and sanitary. Make sure your house is clean. All that. And then once it trickled away, and nobody was dropping like flies anymore, you back to the same old routine. That's the same thing I'm talking about with DJ. The same thing I'm talking about, DJ. You come up here, oh, well, Zeus, I respect you. And, you know, I get what you're saying, but, it's always a but. And then the next day he act like he got amnesia. Like we didn't just talk about the same thing the day before.
Wow, you throwing a lot of dirt on that grave, Q Dog. W's in the chat for Q Dog. You don't give a darn. You don't give a darn.
They don't care about us.
Wow.
Just like so they put so much dirt on Michael Jackson's name. I was listening to Michael Jackson this morning. They don't really care about us. Remember that song he made?
Yeah, I do.
You know, and you demonize him. You basically put him up there just like, you know, we just had Easter Sunday.
Yeah, and they let Trump get away with
And
it.
and you got, and see, the thing is, you got people that are that want to make the world a better place, like VP Harris. It ain't no different than Jesus versus Barabbas. Trump is Barabbas. The people wanted a murderer. They wanted a ex-offender.
Yep.
They wanted somebody that harms children. That's what Barabbas stood for. And y'all picked Barabbas over Jesus.
Lord have mercy. With their wicked
And then
hearts.
you want to cry to the Lord. Oh Lord, what am I going to do? Oh my God, the prices are high, the gas is high. Oh Lord, I can't breathe. I got to make a life decision at the gas pump.
Yeah.
Now you want to cry. Now you want to cry on the Lord. We told you this 2 years ago, that this demon was going to do what he said he was going to do. He told you what he was going to do. And you just, oh, well, he's just joking. Oh, give him another 6 months. Oh, give him another year. How much more time do you need, MAGA?
He won't be here. They won't be here if you give him more time. The way he's burning through it, they won't be around when he comes to that deadline.
I'm trying to tell you, y'all better pick up that Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I know we be joking here and there. Y'all better pick up that Bible, because the thing is, there's no way that everything that's coming to pass, unless this person don't even know what's in the Bible.
Yeah.
But everything's coming to pass. Nations rising up against nations. You got allies that don't even want to deal with him. Y'all deal with that yourself.
Yeah. Think about that.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You better understand the times that's coming.
Yeah.
And you better get on your knees and you better ask the Lord for forgiveness. Because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Amen.
Iran could come over here and take out everything. They want to put a smoke screen up.
You're right.
Like, oh, we demolished Iran. No. They laughing at y'all. And he's making a mockery of you. He told you to your face and you still don't want to believe it.
There you go. W's in the chat for Q-Dog. I knew you was going to bring it, brother. Oh, my goodness. All right, man. Well, listen, thank you for coming up here and delivering that truth. Bro. I'm going to see, maybe if DJ comes back, we'll bring you back up and you and him have a last few exchanges real quick, because he needs to hear what you just said, and he needs to honestly apologize to us, all right?
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. I'm here for it all day, brother.
Appreciate it.
He don't need to apologize to us. He need to apologize to the Lord.
I knew it. You're right. When you're right, bro. I appreciate it, all right? That's Q-Dog, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a huge round of applause.
Salute, bro.
Yeah, salute. Do we have anybody in the audience? Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil, DJ. It's amazing that you've reared your head and revealed yourself. Why have you been so quiet? DJ? Is it because you're suffering inside? So it's a safe space for you, DJ. It's a safe space. You could come up here and tell us why you've been so quiet lately, and why you haven't been back up in here supporting your daddy's war. It's okay for you to tell us why you haven't been in here doing that. You just got here. What were you out there doing? You know what you're ashamed of, DJ. Everything you said would happen is not happening, right? You said this thing would be over in a few weeks. Is it over, DJ? How many soldiers have lost their life, DJ? What's the price per barrel on the oil? Let me see right now. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. There you go. DJ, do you see what the price per barrel is? 101. Brent crude over 101.
What's up, man?
Why have you been so silent?
Dude, I've been busy, man. I've been busy working. I ain't had time to mess with y'all, man. What you want to talk about? I got a few minutes.
All
right. The gas in my area, I paid $3.89 Sunday to fill up, so it went down. It's gone down. I'm not saying it's gonna stay down, but it's definitely down. It's not down to what it was, but obviously we're paying more.
Okay,
I don't think it's going exactly.
I
I don't think
appreciate
it's
that,
going
Lana.
exactly the way Trump has assumed that it would. But to say that Iran is laughing at us, like Iran is not getting, what beat out of them? Come on, man. Seriously?
I'm not saying that they're not getting, they're not being harmed in this at all. I'm not.
Somebody's already saying I'm lying. What is wrong with you guys, man? What am I lying about?
But DJ, let's just be clear.
Okay.
This thing is still not going to, it's not going to end like you thought it would, right? And that's why I've been on you like white on rice.
I don't know how it's going to end, Zeus. I'm curious myself.
But
I'm absolutely curious myself.
But when this all started, you were of very firm belief that this would be over in a few weeks, 6 weeks.
How long has it been, Zeus?
Over 6 weeks. Yeah. And
it's
now
been about 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah. And now that you know where we're at right now in the phase, where are we at right now? What is Donald
We're
Trump?
basically in a phase right now, from what I understand, and I can't say that I've kept up with it like I have in the past. But
It's
the way that I
amazing you just
understand it
stopped
right
following
now,
what's going on.
Iran backed out of what they said that they were going to do. So we're going to step up and open the Strait of Hormuz, and we're not going to allow countries to continue to pay and support Iran by paying whatever they're asking for, $2 million a boat, $3 million a boat, whatever it is. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. So the United States, you understand the United States does not necessarily need the Strait of Hormuz. You understand that, right?
Why are we there?
You would agree with me on that,
No,
correct?
I don't agree with that.
Why do we need the Strait of Hormuz?
It's not just oil that comes out of there, right? There's other products that come out of the strait that we do need,
All right.
in
Well,
particular.
all right, I'll give you that point. Okay,
Okay. So then
but
we
Trump
do
is
need
doing.
hold on, DJ. So let's just stop the lies though. We need the strait. The world needs the strait. We're not exempt.
And the world and the world will have the strait. It will be open. Donald Trump is going to ensure that. Now, whether other countries want to come in, participate, and do what they're supposed to do,
Yeah, he tried to.
that's fine. But
Remember when it started? He actually tried to ensure it by telling the tankers that they could go through, and the U.S. Navy would ensure that they could get through safely. And guess what? It never happened. So I think you should
that's
take that
because
back
people
too.
were scared to try, Zeus.
Yeah, so he can't ensure it, DJ. Right?
I'm pretty sure that we're going to do that right now. The U.S. Navy is in there making sure, and we will make sure.
And so, do you
I
honestly
mean, that's
think
what
it's
you want,
okay?
right?
So let me
Don't
ask you
you
this
want
question.
that?
No, I just want to test what you understand things, right? How you understand things. So, what countries do you think are actually profiting, or what countries do you think Iran is profiting from in terms of being able to allow their tankers to go through the strait?
I think that it's been a while that Iran has now been on a, you aren't supposed to be buying petroleum products
Yeah,
from
but who's
Iran.
buying it?
Let's see, Russia's buying it.
Okay. And
Europe is buying it.
who else?
Can I list every country? No, I can't.
Okay, so Russia, China. Okay, so the United States is now saying they're going to intercept and interdict those container ships if they go through the strait. Do you see
Absolutely.
so you think that Russia is going to allow the United States to just take their tankers? You think China is going to sit back and let the United States and Europe? You think they're
They're
going
not
to
going
sit
to have a
back and
choice, dude. They're not going to have a choice.
okay. And
Do you think that Russia or China is going to engage with the United States
yes,
Navy? Do you believe that?
Okay, yeah, because
You
Iran is
believe that China is going to
DJ.
engage with the U.S. Navy?
DJ.
Well, we'll
Think
see.
about it.
I
Think
don't
about it.
believe they
Think about
will,
it,
dude.
DJ. Our reserves in terms of our weaponry, they've been depleted with this attack on Iran. So there's already a shortage. You do understand of things like interceptors and other types of military equipment. There's a
The
shortage of that.
United
Hold
States
on.
Navy would
Hold
have
on.
no trouble with where we're sitting supply-wise
They don't
to
even
take
have
on
enough
either
people.
one of those.
They don't even have enough people in the Air Force, in the
Where,
military now.
where
That's
are you
what.
getting that? Where are you getting that?
Well, a ground invasion would. They say we would need over
We're not
1
doing
million
a
or so.
ground invasion, Zeus. Nobody
Okay.
has said we're going to do a ground
So why is
invasion.
there a draft? Why are they opening it up so that the people are now automatically enrolled in the draft? Why are they increasing the age for men to at least be
You
drafted now?
wait.
Because there's a shortage,
Okay, well, stop right
DJ.
there. Stop
So
right
so
there. You do
DJ,
know
so
the law,
DJ,
Zeus.
I
You brought it up.
I
You brought up the draft.
the reason
You
I'm
do know
bringing
the
all of this
law
up.
that passed about automatic enrollment into the draft was
Mhm.
a bipartisan law that was passed over a year ago. That's not something that Donald Trump just came up with. Don't try to act like he's installing the draft because he's not. That's misinformation,
Oh,
Zeus.
okay, DJ.
That's
What?
gaslighting is what
Okay,
that
okay.
is.
So DJ, I'm not
Are
even
you
gonna.
are you disagreeing with me, Zeus? Do you
I
want to
said
prove
no,
it?
no, no. I'm not getting into any of these things that I consider off the focus because here's the thing: you've been wrong about a lot of things, DJ, and this is where I sit back and I ask myself. I say, well, at what point does DJ recognize that he's been wrong about this entire thing, right? The objectives of this thing was what when it started out. What was the main objective Trump was trying to accomplish?
Eliminate them having a nuclear weapon.
Has he done that?
I would say, yeah, he
Then,
has.
then why are we still there?
Because we've gone in. We also wanted to attempt to change the regime.
DJ,
Would you agree with that? We
I mean,
gave Iran the
I mean,
opportunity to say, you know what, we're not going to produce nuclear weapons. Here's what you need to do, and here's what we're going to do. We gave them that opportunity.
DJ,
Trump made it perfectly clear. If you do not engage in what
DJ,
we
wait now,
need, there's going to
DJ,
be consequences. And what's
DJ.
been going on the last 6 weeks are the consequences.
Okay, no, because you can't even say he says successfully stopped them from being able to develop nuclear weapons, right? You
Why
can't
can't I
even,
say that, Bruce?
huh?
Why
Because
can't I say that?
if they had done that, then they wouldn't need to be there still. And even to this day, Trump continues to say they can't have those kind of weapons, which makes you have to come to the conclusion that he still believes they're capable of having those weapons. Number one. Number
No,
two, no, if they don't have the ability to make those kind of weapons, then what are we there for?
because
And now
we
you're
want
trying
them
to
to state it. We want a treaty. We want an agreement. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're not going to
who is
do.
he gonna have an agreement with? Who's he negotiating with?
The country of Iran.
Who?
I don't know the name
Who's
of the
the
person.
leader? Yeah.
Again, those guys know more than I do. Did you not just see Vice President Vance just came back from negotiations with Iran? Did you not just pay attention to that over the weekend?
I paid attention to it. And how did that
And
go?
basically, they couldn't come up to an agreement. So
Yeah,
they
but
said, okay, fine.
I'm not.
You're not going to live up to your word, then again, there's going to
But
be more
DJ,
consequences.
honestly, I'm not surprised that JD Vance was unable to successfully have a negotiation because number one, they've attacked a country that never attacked them. They've taken out their
How could you
leader.
possibly say that Iran never attacked the United States? How
When did
could you even make that claim?
When did they do it?
Jews. In the last 3 years, Iran and their proxies have attacked the U.S. military more than 150 times.
They've actually directly attacked the
Absolutely.
United States.
Google it, Zeus. This is not hard to find out.
Wait a minute. They've directly
Take
attacked
30
the United
seconds to
States
look it
because
up.
those conflicts that are breaking out in the Middle East, that goes both ways. It's not like we don't have allies that are attacking their
We were talking
proxies.
specifically about
So
Iran
that's what I'm saying.
and Iran's
Has
proxies.
Iran directly attacked the United States of America?
Absolutely. Look
When?
it up, Zeus. It's not
When?
hard to
Where?
find.
Where? Which state?
I'm not in front of a computer. You are. Just Google it.
Which state did Iran launch an attack on first? Like Which state did they do that to?
Military bases and operations of the United States have been attacked by Iran and Iran proxies
okay.
more than 150 times in the last
DJ,
3
so
years.
none of the 50 states have been attacked by Iran.
You don't have to attack one of the 50
Okay, that's
states
what I was
to
trying to
attack
say
the
to
United.
you. That's what I was
Are
trying
you
to
going
say
to
to
let me
you.
finish my sentence? Or are
No,
you just going
no.
to cut me off right
Well,
up to the
so-
point where, you know,
So,
it
so,
suits your
so,
purpose?
well, listen, I know you're a busy person, and I know lying is a full-time job. I get that.
No,
But
sir.
the,
There's not a
but the,
lie that's come out of my mouth.
yeah.
Does anybody want to dispute me that Iran and their proxies have attacked the United States positions? Does anybody want to argue that? Well, bring up one of your cronies that can, you know, try to dispute it. Bring up Q Dog. Q Dog likes to talk about how Iran's laughing at us. No, I ain't talking to Jim. I can tell you that right now. There's no way.
Are you scared?
I'll
Are
never.
you scared,
No, I'm
Boo
not
Boo?
scared.
Are you
I just
scared?
don't appreciate the
Are
fact that I
you
never ever get to
scared?
respond to what Jim
Are
says.
you scared?
No, ma'am.
I don't want to
respect
talk
you,
to
Jim.
a
I don't
woman.
talk to you
She's
'cause I don't respect you.
scary. She's scary. A woman's scary for DJ. Here, let me send you on
Oh,
your
you're
way
gonna
with
play
the
the
Dear
woman
John
card,
letter.
Jim, because he
Dear
mistreats you 'cause you're a woman.
Hey,
John.
DJ, come on now. You literally begged, and I got
Oh,
not
so she
just
can throw it at me, but I can't throw it back at her. Is that what it is? Zeus?
What did I throw at you?
and I got Nutty up here too, so it's
Because
not
I'm
like
a
you're
woman. Because
you're
I'm
not.
a woman.
Yeah,
He
because
treats
you're
me
scared.
poorly.
You're
I
scared.
treat
You're
you
a
poorly because
coward.
you're a moron. That's
You're
why I
a
treat you
coward.
poorly,
No, you're a
John.
coward.
See,
You're a coward. See, I like it
again,
when
I'm
you
not scared of
actually
anything
speak
about
the
you,
way
Jim.
we know you speak. See, all the people in there that were defending you
Are you
earlier, we
are you
know
going to
how you
dispute
treat
it? Are you
women.
going to dispute the
We
fact
know
that
how
Iran?
you disrespect people.
I
We
had to
know
do that
you,
to you.
DJ. So let's be very
We're
clear
just
for
trying to have a
everybody in here.
conversation,
It's an easy Google search. You can Google it yourself. What DJ likes to bring up is as an attack in 1979 or attack here. Why don't you Google, DJ, how many times the United States has attacked other countries? We'll wait. Because I can assure you it's over hundreds and hundreds of times that the United States has actually perpetrated. Let's just be honest about our country, shall we? And then while you're at it, why
I'm
don't
not
you
disputing
Google
that, Jim.
Israel? Why don't you Google Israel, DJ? Because until we start coming correct in this country and recognizing that we also cause harm in this world, and the reason we're hated on the world forum right now is because of the sitting president right now. And you want a treaty? You want an agreement with Iran? Guess what, buddy? We had one. You know who did it with diplomacy? You know who actually got it done without dropping any boom booms on school children? That would be none other than Barack Obama. And not only did he get it
How much money
done,
did
he
did Barack
also
Obama?
managed
All
to
right.
get
See,
98%
this is
of
why
the
I'm not dealing with
uranium
Jim,
out
man.
of there. Shut up,
She
DJ.
never knows
Shut
when
your
to.
mouth. Nobody wants to listen to you weak little men that say shit like that. You're wrong on all counts. You're wrong on all
If you want
counts.
to do a
And
debate,
I'm
we can
not
do a
your
debate.
wife,
But I'm
because
not
I
going to
will
sit here
tell
and
you to
listen to
sit
you.
the hell down and shut up.
one thing that a real hold
Hold
on,
on,
Jim.
hold
One
on,
thing that
hold
real
on.
men don't do. No, I want to tell him one thing real men don't do is disrespect women.
All right.
Now, you may do that to your significant other or whatnot, but when she's talking,
I
be
don't. I
respectful.
disrespect
No.
those who disrespect me.
You're
All
not
right.
If you
five,
want
DJ.
respect,
All
you
right,
give
gentlemen.
You're not
Gentlemen,
five.
hold
Let
on.
her
That's the
speak.
deal, Q
Let's
Dog.
let
If you
Jim
can't
finish
deal with
making
that,
her
I'm sorry.
DJ. Let's let Jim make her point and Q Dog.
Nah, no, I'm
DJ.
not doing it. You're the one that called me up here. I came up here. I'm not going to sit here and listen to her rant
Hold
for
on.
15 minutes.
She's not gonna do it
I
for
got
15
work
No,
to
they're
do,
called
brother.
facts. Something you're not accustomed
You
to.
DJ, didn't you literally said bring whoever you want up here to me? Did you?
Of course I
And
did.
you
But
even mentioned so why
if you
when
want
I'm
to have a debate and a discussion,
okay,
I'm happy to do
okay,
that.
so then
But
I need you
she's
to
already gone off on a different tangent.
no, she
She'll
isn't.
go off on
No, I
8 different
haven't.
tangents and not
No,
even
DJ.
make a point.
DJ, listen. How about this? Give her a couple of minutes and then
No,
we'll go
I
back to
gotta
you.
go, Zeus. You know what?
Bye. Nobody
Yeah.
will miss you. Bye.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You don't need to. It's easy for me to do that. I dropped it. I dropped
Silence.
it. Yeah.
You MAGA Damon.
You don't get to come up here and then lie like that. Ask me to bring people up here to respond to your lies and then cry you're a victim on this show. It'll never happen. W Zeus. Welcome to the amazing show. Hi, panelists. Welcome back. Hi, Jim. Did you finish making your point? I didn't mean to have you get cut off, but
No, but that's all right. I just want everybody in here to know that he attacked me before I even said a word. So just for everybody in here, if you're keeping score, he made the comments towards me. And as ladies and as women and as respectful people, I meet you where you're at. If you're going to disrespect me, believe me, there's going to be more bass louder, and I'm going to make you listen, because you're either going to come correct or you ain't going to come at all. Not in my space. And thank you, Q Dog, for having my back.
No doubt.
But I'm going to let y'all know. First of all, every single one of you has a responsibility to go Google what you're hearing on social media. If you are not Googling the actual Iran deal that President Barack Obama got into place, then you're not doing yourself a favor to prepare yourself when you do go into lives. Barack Obama achieved this already. He had diplomacy. He had it through peace and diplomacy. He did not have to boom anybody because he had the intellect and the capacity to handle his business without harm. And he collected 98% of the uranium that was in the region. And that's one of the reasons I did want to come up, because on Friday's show, you had Ding Dong Taurus literally try to come up here and talk about how 2% was enough for a boom boom. No, it's not. And in the Iran deal, it actually talks about how President Barack Obama not only got 98% of the uranium out of the country, that he left only 3.67%, which is not enough to create boom booms in that region. Not only that, it would take 15 years to even have the water capacity to keep the plutonium cold enough and have reactors created. So there was no possible way for that to happen. This is the problem when you listen to MAGA. When you summon the devil, you get misinformation, and that's what you just witnessed. So as usual, DJ, you're dumb as a rock. Nobody wants to hear you. Stay away. We cut you out once before. We'll cut you out again. And this is the thing. I came up actually to joke around, because I was going to say you had a lot of relish going on up here, and that it was a big deal. And there's some little gherkins out there, and women know we want to deal with big deals. But you messed up my jokey day. Anyway, long story short, back to Poetivity. I wanted to address that. It was my live she was in. She asked me what I thought about the California race, because I'm in California. I'm a numbers person. I'm a fact-based voter. And the fact was that Eric Swalwell was in the lead. That's what I said. So I said, any Dem that takes the lead, I'm going to give my vote to that person with research. That's what I said, full stop. And then she brought up Katie Porter. And she said, well, I want a woman in there. And then I get, of course, thank you, DJ, you coward little man.
We can't hear you. I can't hear you, Zeus.
I said, so you're in here, DJ, reporting. My bad. Thank you, Q Dog. You're in here reporting, DJ? That went to Jim. You wouldn't be in here reporting, DJ. You don't want Zeus to have to do that. You don't want this.
Zeus, back to my original statement. When the first time I came up, what did I say? Do thy duty, that is best. Leave unto the Lord the rest. DJ, you can go crawl back up under a rock that you were under for a while. You actually had people in here worried about you and wondering where you were. I'm not that dude. I'm gonna give it to you like a TI is, like my grandmama used to say, like a TI is.
10 minutes.
And when you show me your true self.
Am I still up here?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, then I'm good. I'm good. Okay, sorry.
Is this the same account?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good. W's in the chat for Jim.
Let Jim finish what she said, and I'll finish my statement.
Well, we got to hear from Nutty too.
Yeah, so real quick, I'll finish up here. So then when she brought up Katie Porter, I said, you need to go watch the video of Katie Porter attacking her staff. And it wasn't just about her attacking her staff. It's what people think they do behind closed doors that come to the light. I don't care if you have a vagina or a penis. If you are harming staff or coworkers, you don't need to be in leadership. Sorry, full stop. And as far as men and their pickles, why don't we try educating our sons early on in our society? It's a societal problem. It isn't just about all men. It's how men are being brought up to think that the only way to power and success is through harming or cheating or lying or whatever. Barack Obama didn't have multiple affairs. Biden didn't have multiple affairs. There are good men out there. And I'll even say this, and as much as it sickens me, George W. Bush was never accused of any affairs either. So I just want to make it clear, if you're choosing men that have a pattern and a history that harm women, then you're going to get men that have a pattern and history that harm women. Now we have sitting in office not only a predator and thief, but we have an entire ilk of them. You've got Pete Hegseth with NDAs of patterns of abuse towards women. You've got his history of stealing from foundations, same as Trump. You've got RFK, whose second wife unalived herself when she found his black book of conquest. And let's just talk about the women, shall we? Since we're bringing up women versus men, you got Kristi Noem literally betting her little lackey on a $70 million plane that we, the American people, paid for. You've got Pam Bondi, who has multiple marriages and isn't even married to her live-in partner right now. You want to talk about morality? Let's start with the Republican Party. Let's talk about the fact that Melania married a man old enough to be her father and bore his little spawn so that she could stay in the country and use it to bring over her mother, her father, and her sister. Let's talk about there, shall we? Let's talk about her classless, legs spread, pictures with other women, naked all over the place, posing with weapons. Let's talk about that, shall we? So no, let's not do this man versus woman. Bad choices are bad choices, and hoeing around is hoeing around, whether you have a vagina or a penis. Full stop right there. And let's talk about Levitt, shall we? Caroline Levitt is 28 years old, married to a grandpa, and putting out that nasty old sperm into that vagina to create little spawns that don't need to be in the world right now. And that person she married for money only because she couldn't achieve it on her own. And that's what they all do. So if you're 28 and you're dating your peepaw, there's probably a problem. I'm just saying the pool is equal when you talk about lust and power and wanting something that you shouldn't be achieving through betting somebody. You disgusting ass people. And that's my full stop. And you can go to Nutty now.
Jim. Hey, Jim, you got to warn me before you go in that direction if you can, please, because, that's so disgusting. I mean, I can't even imagine that. You just ruined my breakfast. I'm thinking I'm about to throw up. Nutty, are you there? We got a full, huh?
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. It's nice to see, that you're still, well, considering what's obviously been happening.
So I will say this. I do want to correct the record. DJ, you said that the automatic draft was passed over a year ago. It was not. It was passed in December, this past December. So, this past December is quite a difference from over a year ago.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, wow.
That's quite the difference, DJ. You want to get up here in the box and you want to sound educated. You want to sound like this, that, and the other. But you can do a simple search before you say things to see if you're correct. It was passed in December of 2025. And we are in April now of 2026. So there you have it. Also, I like to mention that why is it that this war criminal in the country that is not so real, he has come to several U.S. presidents, going back to George W. Bush, asking them to attack Iran. Why is it that even George W. had the common sense? Something that, Jim, you said it pains you to say what you said. That pains me to say what I'm saying. Because I never would equate common sense with George W. Bush. He had the common sense to say no. You want to talk about proxies, DJ? Well, guess what, DJ? The United States, we have proxies all over the globe. If it were not for the United States, Iran, which was a democratic country, just go back to 1953, DJ. We overthrew their government, a democratically elected government. And we installed the Shah, the Ayatollah. It was the United States. And Jim touched on it. So before we get up here talking about everyone else's sins, let's pull a Michael Jackson and let's look at the man in the mirror, because we are not blameless in this country. We are not blameless.
W's in the chat for Nutty. We are not blameless, and we do need to look at Michael Jackson.
And you know what, Nutty, this made me think when I read about the automatic draft. If we have the ability to automatically sign our sons up for war, why can't we create an automatic registration for voting as soon as all of our children turn 18? And then there would be no question.
Jim. I'm glad you asked that question, Jim. It's because we don't want people to vote, because we know when people vote, it doesn't go a certain way of a certain party. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, Jim.
No, I wanted you to answer. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. Is if Republicans really want to have conversation, every single American child at 18, every single one, male and female, should be automatically registered to vote. Then there would be no question whatsoever about who's registering where, when, and why, right? We would just all automatically be registered to vote. We do everything on our phones now or via computer. We do our banking. We do our healthcare. We do everything. I'm in direct contact with my doctors just at the touch of my phone and sending emails directly through a medical process. But we can't vote through our phones. We can't do any of that because they don't want it, because they know it would be a slam dunk and that the American people would speak on every single possible vote that needed to be done faster, quicker, and in the money right there. They know it. And we need to catch up to other countries. We need to make sure that every one of our sons and daughters are registered to vote. And by the way, for all of you who have young teenage children that are 17, and by the time November will be here, will be 18, they can pre-register. Did y'all know that? They can pre-register to vote, get it done. And the moment they turn 18, they have the ability to vote.
At 17 and a half, they can absolutely register.
I want to address something to DJ. It's amazing how you said you were not up on what was going on in today's situations. But then you turn around and you automatically just start assuming stuff. See, you do a lot of guessing.
Thank you.
A lot of guessing. Just to give you a synopsis, when you called me up here not thinking that I would know, estimated range between 400 to 469 instant foreign interventions since 1776.
Oh.
Between 1991 and 2022, it was at least 251 military interventions were launched.
Wow.
These are things that you may not know, DJ.
Get him, Q-Dog. Get him. Just go ahead and send him straight to hell if you don't mind. Just hit him.
Since World War II, it's been 30 countries that's been boomed by the United States. Did you know that, DJ?
He should just do like this because he gets in here. He embarrasses himself. I don't know why he chooses to do this to himself, but the worst thing you could do on this show is to just start saying a bunch of stuff and acting like folks aren't gonna go look into it. W to Q, dog.
All you gotta do is do instant research.
Goodness.
But see, you come up here with no facts whatsoever. Then you want to talk like Nutty said and like Jim said. You want to act like you're intelligent. You can, but you do a very poor job doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Zeus, can I add this?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw some dirt on it.
As U.S. citizens, we have to stop. We have to stop thinking that we're the greatest country in the world. I know that's going to trigger some feathers.
No.
We have to stop and take accountability of the sins that we create across this globe. When U.S. citizens get attacked, they get attacked because of the awful, evil, abhorrent things that our government does. When we destabilize regions, and then you have the people of those regions trying to come here for a better life, Whose fault is that? It's ours.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it pains me to say it's ours because this is my government. It's our fault
Yeah.
when we destabilize someone else's home
Mm.
and then expect them to go where? Or unfortunately, the people of Palestine, they're having a hard time getting over here. They can't get over here. It's not as easy as Mexico or Haiti or Dominican Republic.
Wow.
We have to stop as U.S. citizens. We have to stop thinking that our shit doesn't stink.
Nutty is on.
You know,
Because
Nutty,
we
Nutty, I have
are
a question
evil.
for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a
Go
question
ahead.
for you. So, were you as intrigued with this situation where JD Vance went over to a foreign country of a known dictator to speak to the people of Hungary to encourage them to vote for a known
For said
dictator?
dictator?
Yeah, and then
I was pissed off.
using
I was
our
pissed
tax
off.
dollars, using our tax dollars to fly him there to interfere in a foreign election, and then the sitting president called in to JD Vance, the sitting president of the United States interfering in that foreign election, and then also sending a message in writing out on his True Social talking about spending our tax dollars to economically support a foreign government. At what point is that not interfering in politics in a foreign country? And at what point does that literally blow out of the water any type of ideology they have against immigrants that are actually living, working, and paying taxes in the United States of America? I'll let you answer that because I know you have one.
Well, that's the ignorance that I'm talking about. That's the ignorance that I'm talking about. But the same people who will call out the United States for assisting Ukraine in a war to defend themselves, they said nothing about Donald Trump's tweet. They said nothing about that. They said nothing about the interference of this country.
Amen.
We interfere in people's elections all the time. We do it all the time. But yet, when someone interferes in ours, we're all up in arms about it. Now, granted, we should be up in arms about it. I'm not condoning it. But we cannot continue doing what we criticize other nations for. We literally criticize. We actually go to war with other nations for doing exactly what we did.
Exactly.
Facts.
The fact that couch humper went over there and wanted to endorse Viktor Orban, the weight of the United States behind him, it was nasty. It was nasty.
Disgusting.
None of us here in the United States, except for the people in power, endorses Viktor Orban, a known dictator.
Well,
MAGA, this is what you voted for.
You know one thing, Nutty. I think that if you're looking back in time, what other vice president ever did what JD Vance is doing? He don't know his head from his a-hole. He don't know what's going on. And Trump, he's not going to go over there because it's going to sound like a buffoon. So he sends JD over there. Don't nobody know what's going on in the right hand or the left hand. So they send him over there to give some word salad to these folks. He don't know what's going on. He's out of the loop.
And
You know what they say though? They say JD visited the Pope and the Pope passed away. You remember that? Then he led in the Iranian negotiations, and then the talks collapsed. And then to your point about going to Hungary and he loses the election in a landslide, they're saying he has one heck of a They're saying he has one heck of a record. Shout out to JD Vance for keep getting cooked. But what were you about to say?
I want to say this before I get going. And speaking of the Pope, I'm not even Catholic, but this Pope Leo dude, I'm loving the fact that this man is a U.S. citizen, has family obviously still here, and has openly said that he will not make a papal visit to the United States until this administration is gone. That should tell every one of you, for the Catholics that support Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But every so-called evangelical, you may not be Catholic, but one thing is for sure, two things is for certain. The Pope is well respected. You may not agree with his religion, his ideology, whatever, but we don't attack religious leaders like that. And this man, a U.S. citizen, saying he will come to the United States, his home, this is his home, it should tell you everything. Wow. It should tell you everything.
Wow.
And with that being said, thank you for letting me up. DJ, do better. I know your hero is Scott Jennings, but that's not a hero you should be having.
All right,
that is
all right.
Not someone to look up to.
Gotta go. W's in the chat. Oh my goodness. And thank you, everyone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta get up out of here. DJ, you weren't even speaking, Jim, and I saw you got a violation. So I'm gonna look into that, because if DJ is doing that, we got a serious problem. I'll have to block. I don't want to do it, but you got to be a disgusting person to get blocked. I don't see DJ in the chat though, but if he is, you've been warned. One last thing. Yeah, thank you, Takesha. It was a good show. We had our little moment with MAGA, and then we got up out of here. But one thing that was just brought to Big Zeus's attention, it seems that, what is this? Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. There it goes. You see that? Looks like Donald Trump deleted his post portraying himself as Jesus after facing backlash from his own supporters. How do y'all feel about that? Anyone sad about that? You know what they say? When you work iniquity, hell will be your portion. And so let that be one heck of a way to end the show. Trump probably doesn't even, I doubt his supporters really are the reason that happened. But yeah, whatever it was, it just goes to show you Donald Trump is definitely in a lot of deep trouble. I want to give a special thank you today to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You've done an outstanding job getting on this show today, rizzing the live up. You rizzed it up quite a bit, and then you see me up here looking super extra handsome and all that and everything. It's just an amazing opportunity to be able to get out here and talk to all of you, honestly, about the things that are going on in the country, and do our best to get the truth out here and try to wake people up and get them out of this disgusting situation that they have found themselves in with the Donald Trump. But on a serious note, I do got to give another round of booze and shame. This is the last round. This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. I'm so glad, DJ. I'm actually impressed. You made it a point to come in today and just totally humiliate yourself for your daddy in front of all of us. It really made me laugh. W, Valerie. But let's go ahead and send DJ and all of his kind, rightfully so, where they truly belong, because somebody has to go to hell on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm it up. DJ, it's getting real hot for you, bro. Yeah. Oh, where are you about to go? Oh, you're gonna be with your father in paradise, so to speak. Not the pearly gates. No, you're gonna be somewhere where it's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending DJ, the biggest Zeus hater today, where he belongs, straight to hell. You're not going to heaven, Vegas. Have you lost your mind?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a wrap. Let's get on out of here. Why don't we play our new favorite song today, all right, Loser, to remind MAGA who their daddy really is. Let's see if we can get this thing queued up. All righty then. There we go. All right, there it goes. Have a great rest of your morning.
Yeah. Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy.
You ain't nothing but a fraud. Yo, call him what he is. Liar!
Hey! Hey!
Yeah. Hey, loser, come closer. I'm the exposer.
Hey.
Billionaire, your whole empire opposer. You step down. Another liar takes the crown. The whole system is a circus. You're just a clown. You drop fake news, sitting high in your tower. Morally bankrupt, just drunk on the power. You're fired. Played your last trump card. No more what you see. Big ego crushed, fake reality. We covered in stone.
Hey,
we spell it in the fire. Ready for the truth.
W-R. Liar.
Labor of blood on your pride. Island Epstein secrets you hide. All your crimes buried deep inside.
Hey.
Rockin' systems, you're gonna slide.
Turn up.
Yeah, we see you. We don't. Wipe us off the socials, yeah, you're hiding in fear. Trying to silence every voice you don't wanna hear. From the MJ to Diana, yeah, we see how it goes. The system buries light, but the shadow always shows. Illuminati, blood in the perjury. You lie, but the mission is Epstein's fury. Yeah, round fool, yeah, the records are proof. Now we expose it all. This is April truth. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Big ego crushed, fake reality. We covered in stone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Wow. Hit him with it. Liar.
Liar. Labor of blood on your pride. All your crimes buried deep inside. Rotten systems, you're gonna slide.
Hey. Be a liar. We see you. We see you.
We don't believe you.
Hey, hey, hey.
13%. That's a fairly great.
That's for black people. You know what I'm talking about. Hit them with it.
The world is watching. Liar!
Hey. Y'all like that? All right. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your morning.